keep your fantasy team from falling off the track. Football is back, Jack. Whether on the ground or through the air, when the chips are down and you throw a prayer, when your team is primed and on the hunt, it's 4th and 10, you refuse to punt. When the shoulder pads and helmets crack, that's how you know that football is back, Jack. Let me hear you say, football is back, Jack. This high is wild and out of control, and we're gonna ride it every week till we reach the Super Bowl. Don't need no check downs, give me big hits and quarterbacks. If you say this game's the best, I'll say it's a gag. Football is back, Jack. Football is back, Jack. Football is back. Football is back, Jack.
Are you winded from watching yourself do that intro? Are you winded from in here singing to yourself?
Yes.
That's what just happened, isn't it, Zaslow?
I think he's winded from celebrating himself.
Well, who knew that pantomiming something, lip syncing, would be so exerting? But it was. What a banger of a song. Yeti Blanc in the house. Even though he's not in the house, but figuratively.
You're like Jameis yesterday giving a speech.
Okay,
We
look,
outside, even
look,
though we're inside.
look.
5 past the hour.
Jameis was wonderful yesterday. So many wonderful trick-or-treats with Jameis yesterday. Look, yesterday was spectacular for a number of different reasons. Like over here, Romo's telling you, here comes playoff Mahomes, and here comes Mahomes with the single biggest by number deficit comeback in his career, because he does this the way Tebow did it. Tebow's the last quarterback to be this good in games like this, at the end of games like this, when he's got a deficit of 10 or more in a game. The football of yesterday was great, and Greg Cody was trying to watch.
We're all looking around like, did he just compare Patrick Mahomes to Tim Tebow?
Yeah, well, the number was, this is.
I mean, even your own body stopped in its tracks for like 5 seconds. Like,
It was a
did
long
I really,
pause.
Did I
Yeah.
really? Am I about to compare the greatest quarterback we've ever seen to Tim Tebow?
That pause terrified me.
I got confused.
I was trying to
Dan
connect the
got
dots on
confused.
that one.
That's how bad of a take it was.
I'm going to give you the take Reese said a different way, but the show's moving too fast even though it hasn't started. Mahomes is now 20-18 in games where he's trailed by 10 or more points. 2018 for his career. It's the best quarterback record of any kind like that since Tim Tebow, who did it at 5-6. Like, when you're down 10 in games like this, you tend to lose them in the fourth quarter. And that Tebow miracle, people thought he could play quarterback. You're right. You've derailed me.
Yeah.
The thing that happened, though, yesterday, as Mahomes is saving his season, and Romo's telling you that guy's coming, here comes playoff Mahomes, Greg Cody is unable to get the best real football player in the world on his television, having 3 assists and a goal as Inter Miami wins after a month-long wrestling match with many rest days, wins the biggest game in its history. And Messi is the greatest player in the world, and Greg Cody could not get it on the big television in his home. He was an outcast in his own home. He couldn't do picture-in-picture. He had to watch Saints-Falcons.
Yeah. Well, I had to watch Red Zone, which is worse because it's Saints-Falcons times 5 or 6, where they're going back and forth between games I don't care about.
There were good games yesterday.
While the GOAT of GOATs, Lionel Messi, is absolutely taking the semifinal, the Eastern Conference semifinal in on his shoulders. He's saying, I'm 38 years old. I'm still better than you are. I'm still better than anybody. I don't know about you, Mike, but we're 3 years into Messi now. I still find it hard to believe that Inter Miami was able to sign Lionel Messi and that he still is so great. So I'm trying to watch this on the big screen. Turns out we can't get Apple TV on our big screen for some reason. I have no idea. It's above my pay grade. Fire stick. I don't know. Something's going on in my house. And
Wait,
so
you just can't get
Inputs, HDMI 2. We all know
it's
this.
ridiculous, all these sayings. So I gotta relegate myself to the Barbie room to watch Lionel Messi
Barbie
on the
room?
smaller TV.
Barbie room.
What's a Barbie room?
It's my granddaughter. It's like a play room. It's a combination. My wife's office and my workout room, and the Barbie
Hell
room.
yeah.
So anyway,
So you're just sitting there with a bunch of Barbie dolls around you?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
It's a little girl's room and your workout room.
I have my stationary bike in there.
When's the last time that
Hence
was used?
stationary.
Very
stationary bike.
I don't keep
Well,
track.
the last time you were on it when we did the Greg Cody show, like where I walked into the room as if I was interrupting a workout, just like a pretend workout just for the video.
Come
bit.
on, don't be ridiculous.
When was the last time you exercised on the bicycle in the Barbie room?
Oh, let me think. Let me think of an exact date. I don't know. I meant to do it over the weekend to make up for the physical therapy session I had to skip.
Months ago? Years ago?
Oh, months ago. Weeks. Weeks sounds better. Couple of weeks. Several days.
What is in that room that
Minute and a half.
Is there a recliner of any sort? Look, this is the home this is 1440. How long have you lived in 1440?
Well, it's not literally 1440. It wants to be.
This all makes perfect sense to me.
We've lived there since Christopher was a boy.
Yeah, 1440 is his childhood home.
Yeah.
Our house.
Come
that
on,
I
Dan,
live in
catch
is not
up.
14.
It's Christopher's childhood home.
My apologies. You've lived in this home for how long?
Since he was a boy. I don't know.
All right,
Since I was 2.
30 years.
36
This
years.
is the home. This is the home for Dolphin Sundays across 3 decades.
Yeah.
Where you watch the game that you want on Sunday afternoon, but now there are too many inputs, and you can't get the real you can't get the real football. You are stuck with the American football. When Lionel Messi, best player in the world, is when you say you can't get your head around it. What Greg's watching on his television, he covered the Fort Lauderdale Strikers 50 years ago. He's like, what is this in Miami? How is it possible that a championship can be won with this player in this town on this team? And I can't even watch it in the big room in my house.
Right.
I'm in the Barbie room. What's in the Barbie room?
It a bunch of toys, closet full of shoes,
A couch, a desk.
Yeah, it's an unremarkable room.
Why can't you get some control of your house, man? If you want to watch Messi on the big TV instead of Saints Falcons,
Well, part of the issue
get some
is,
hand, man.
Part of the issue is that we literally can't get Apple TV on the big TV.
My mom just tells him things.
But the disappointment is that nobody else herded with me into the Barbie room to watch.
Was it
Messi.
one of those who's coming with me?
Yeah, and they're all watching Red Zone. They're like a bunch of zombies staring at
So
Red
you were
Zone.
lonely in your corner of the house loving soccer as the rest of your family loved a different sport in another room.
Correct.
But
And-
what's the seating setup in the Barbie room? If it's everybody come with me, I feel like you're sitting on a bed watching.
No, there were. It's a large fold-out couch, seats 3 or 4, chair seats 1.
This
I was
sounds lonely.
standing.
A happy moment in Miami sports history for you sounds like it was lonely in your own home.
It was an historic win. First time they've ever been to the Eastern
When Messi
Conference
scored
Final.
and they went up 1-0, did you cheer like loud so maybe others would come and see what's going on in the
I
Barbie room?
did find myself cheering.
Messi's doing it again. If you want to catch it and join me
And nobody.
Jumpin' Charlie wouldn't even go
in
in
the
there
Barbie
with you?
room.
No, nobody's coming in because, Jacoby Brissett is in the red zone. It's like so
It's a big game, by the way. Did you see Shador Sanders throw that bomb to number 16? I don't even know who that guy is.
I did not.
The new kid just scored.
The new-
Messi with an assist. The new kid.
I
The guy
call
that we
him
benched-
Leo.
We benched Suarez for the kid, and the kid answered the bell.
How about that, huh?
Did anyone in your home step foot in the Barbie room during the historic real football being played in your lonely corner of the house?
Only when my wife came in to say, when are you ready to eat? Because, the egg noodles are on the boil.
Am I ready to eat? Messi's eating right now. That's his 3rd assist.
Damn right. That guy don't quit. 38 years old. A wonderful coaching job by Mascherano.
I mean, it is bold to pull out Luis Suarez from
Yes.
that starting lineup and go with the Newell's Old Boys signing, Matteo Silvetti. But that bet has paid off.
What are
in
you
droves.
laughing about, Tony?
This is great. Like, they might be making this up, and I have no idea because I was locked into Tyler Shuck. with
Why
an
were you
interception
locked
with
into that?
240
I mean,
yards.
look, I understand you don't like
Darnell
soccer.
Mooney had
That's-
3 for 74 and a score.
It's not like the 4 o'clock hour had anything going on for it. I thought the most compelling story.
Cowboys
being told in
Eagles was
sports.
awesome.
Cowboys Eagles.
Okay,
Was great.
that's all right. That was a nice little second screen experience for me. Messi trying to win the biggest game in club history at a team that he lost 3-0 to earlier in the season. That didn't pop you. I don't know what will.
Michael Wilson had 10 for 118, his second game in a row with more than 10
Messi was
catches.
responsible for all 4 goals.
Tyler Shuck, are you not listening to me?
Scored the first one, got 3 assists. He's playing his best footy right now.
Sanders showed him what time it was.
I was annoyed yesterday, man, because I haven't watched Inter Miami in a long time because I told you I was out on Inter Miami. I don't like that Suarez's behavior. They're not a likable team right now. But it was a semifinal.
Wait, you say right now.
Well,
Hold
they
on a
benched
second.
Suarez yesterday. They benched him. I
Hold
like
on.
that.
Hold on. They're not a likable team right now. Let's call it for what it is. You were out on this team after Suarez spit on somebody because they were representing Miami in a way that you did not like
Correct.
so much. They were overshadowing the best player in the world because Luis Suarez is very publicly exhibits the behavior of an internationally across oceans. Everyone knows this, and they took on the personality of Luis Suarez.
And they didn't condemn it either.
Unlikable, didn't condemn it, didn't punish it. No, that's who we are. We'll spit in your face. We've got Lionel Messi. But this, by itself yesterday, was just Lionel Messi being all the things, the majestic things that he is, to bring a signature win to Miami that you're out on because you are watching. Wait, I don't understand. A.J. Brown's got 110 yards and catches. Why they lose it?
I mean, this was a must-win game on the road.
That's how playoffs usually roll. Must win for Inter
Okay, but
Miami.
the usually is key here because for some reason the first round is a series.
Okay.
And the more important the games get, it's not a series.
I
Yeah,
get
I
it.
don't like that.
I get it. Every game's do or die right now. And it was a road game in a raucous atmosphere.
Yes.
In Cincinnati on a day that the Bengals played, it didn't matter. That crowd was electric, and the GOAT shut them up.
Right. Absolutely. It was magical. And it's always interesting to watch and hear an Inter Miami game on the road because there are Messi fans there. Like, I'm not saying they outnumbered Cincinnati fans, but
they're everywhere. I mean, he is
Yes.
growing the sport. Like, look, this has been this is weird what I'm about to say. This has been a spectacular success that isn't. Because they've done just about everything wrong, but they've gotten the soccer right. Like the way they've sold their sport, putting it behind a paywall, they made egregious business errors, but they've still got the best player in the world being the best player in the world as major changes are going to come to this business. And the miracle is Messi's going to get that stadium built in this city next to the airport, and he's going to grow the sport in America being better than everyone else still at 38 years old.
Right.
But Mike,
It's hard to quantify that when their attendance is down and their TV ratings are down, and MLS realizes the error of their ways, and the partnership with Apple has an early opt-out that Apple has jumped at. This has not worked out the way that MLS planned for. They've decided they're going to do away with MLS Season Pass. Basically, if you just have Apple TV, now you get the MLS.
Oh, nice.
The paywall was a huge mistake.
I didn't get to watch last night.
They're back to 2021 levels of attendance, which is not what the sustainable growth model chart was telling us, because this was a live event sport. All the buzz from Messi seems to have evaporated, and they're playing their most consequential games during the NFL window.
And playoff games behind a paywall's bad.
Yeah, but thankfully they're altering the calendar, and it seems as though MLS is going to learn from this, but it's a shame. They've kind of wasted the Messi thing.
I agree. I mean, the Apple TV thing was a huge blunder, but the new stadium is Messi's legacy, and they've already set the opening date. It's April 4th.
the new stadium is no, it is not.
It's legacy's Messi.
No, in this town, perhaps.
Right.
The new stadium
That's
is
what I mean.
Messi's legacy.
Yeah, in this town.
But do you realize what the size of your career has to be for you to birth a stadium near the airport? That's very expensive real estate. Like, you've birthed the possibility of sports getting grand in your market while you were taking the best player in the world and renting him to Fort Lauderdale for a couple of years while telling people, no, we got $1 billion business down here. Wait, watch what we can make down here with the real estate. They've made it a success in Miami, and that might be his legacy in Miami. But doing what this man has done at this point in his career to grow the sport and having the business betray him behind a paywall because not everyone has known that it's happening, to see the best being the best behind a paywall, but then so many of your fans getting cut out by a line of, we can't keep paying for this.
Yeah.
Zaslow is out on Inter Miami early. Mike was in on Inter Miami early, and slowly they greeted him out, and he's still interested, but the business of it was like, this is no longer affordable to me. Miami is gouging me for Fort Lauderdale games at Miami prices.
Right. No, I can't disagree
but so
with
the
any of
fandom,
that.
so look at what surrounds Messi as he does the most amazing things behind a paywall at this age. He's denied the credit of being able to break into your American football Sunday because, hey, holy shit, Messi's over there and he's scoring the goals in a playoff game. Like, that's not a normal thing. What happened yesterday was one of the biggest international sports things that has ever happened in Miami.
That's one of the greatest postseason performances in Miami
And I
sports
couldn't see
history. It's like we talk about LeBron Game 6. You talk about Sam Reinhart in back-to-back cup clinching games. What Messi did in the Eastern Conference semifinal is an all-time Miami sports postseason performance.
Yeah, but he has to do it 2 more times to get full
Okay,
credit.
but hold on before you do that, because yes, okay, do it 2 more times, fine. It couldn't even make its way into Saints Falcons in your living room, this thing that to you, as a lifelong sports writer, when I say it's lonely, it must have felt to you that the other half of your house has no respect for South Florida history.
Well, what it felt like to me is that my house at that moment was a microcosm of America, really, because I don't
Don't. Dan's so full of.
I mean,
He was
What were
watching
you watching,
Tyler
Dano?
Shuck too. Don't let him do this.
Tyler Shuck?
He's trying to make this bigger than it is. Like, I understand. Look, it's the NFL. It's Inter Miami versus Cincinnati. Dan didn't watch a second of that game. Don't let him do it. He's doing the writer thing, wanting to frame it. Put me in the Barbie room. You don't like soccer. I get it. You're not an ally. Get out of here.
But the problem is that's indicative of America at large. The NFL is still way up here, and MLS, even with Lionel Messi, is down here.
Yeah.
Bigger than it used to be, but
It's
still
a
here.
shame. It's a shame that you have such a big game in the heart of a Eagles Cowboys.
Right.
But that's the Eastern Conference semi.
What a comeback.
They'll play in the Eastern Conference final. Hopefully after that they'll play in an MLS Cup. And every casual fan understands that Messi has to win the MLS trophy. So
Right.
he's a couple of games away from doing that
Yes.
right now, and he's playing his best football on the business end of the season.
Right, especially after what happened, the flame out early in the playoffs last year. But you know my wife, she loves sports. She knows sports. She could not name who they were playing yesterday. Like, she had no idea Inter Miami was in the playoffs. She had no idea where they were playing, whether it was home or away. And I think
Was it home or away?
That's indicative of MLS, even with Messi, imagine without him, still has to make inroads that it hasn't made yet into the American sports consciousness at large.
Greg Cody has at his disposal, he is against metrics. He has told you a number of different times, we give you way too much information in sports. Don't tell me how many miles per hour this leaves the ballpark. Don't tell me the pace of speed
Crazy.
that the Miami Heat are playing in or how many miles they run.
Yeah, how many miles? That's my favorite. He ran 3.8 miles.
Okay,
in
but
this game.
this is the highest tempo team that there is in the sport. They're going to play faster than everyone else. And Norman Powell is putting up like Giannis Antetokounmpo numbers
Yeah.
in terms of efficiencies.
MVP.
But so you have come with a metric of your own to give the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
What is this statistic you have conjured?
Everything has an acronym now. I'm going to be the first to admit I want to get out front of this.
Go on.
This does not flow mellifluously off the tongue. The acronym is TYDWTPITFR. And what that means is team you don't want to play in the first round. Okay, that's what that acronym stands for. Because here's what the Heat are. And I'm not going to be the one just to make a headline.
What's the acronym again?
TYDWTPITFR, team you don't want to play in the first round.
I feel like I'm back in the BCS.
And I'm not going to be the guy trying to make a headline by saying, you know what, nobody's talking about it, but the Heat have a chance to win the championship. I'm not that guy. I am a guy saying they're going to finish in the top 4. They're going to have home court in the first round, and you don't want to be the team that plays that.
See, when you say it with that
round.
voice, see,
That changes things.
Wait a minute, right?
That changes things. Because when he said top 4, I was like, I don't know about that. But then he said the voice, and I was like, okay,
no, when you
talk to me.
say it in a more threatening way, because I do believe the Heat are now that. I believe it's not too small a sample when you win at Philadelphia, when
Yes.
you're winning
Kick their ass.
that way at Chicago.
It's impressive.
But I mean, look, Maxi's scoring 33 a game. If we're going to speed the whole thing up, okay? If we're going to speed the whole thing up, and all of a sudden the Heat are going to have a young 20-year-old who's going to do all the rebounding in where?
He was a plus 26 yesterday.
Yeah,
He's incredible.
But so if he's going to grow that fast in front of us to being a rebounding monster,
Wemby Jr.
and on the perimeter you have a point guard whose assist-to-turnover ratio is only going to get better with the speed. They're the fastest team in the sport, so they're playing the most fun. They ran Chicago off the court. And so what you're saying is now in play. Like, you got to say it with that voice, though. You got to say the initials. Like, you do not want to see this team in the first round. None of you. None of you do.
I don't like
Nobody.
you saying it. I want the voice.
Yeah.
Listen, it's TYDWTPITFR. Team you don't want to play in the first round. The Miami Heat, running like jackrabbits, they're going to be a top 4 seed. They're going to have home court. This team has never scored like this. During the LeBron era, they weren't putting up 140-point games like this regularly. This is an exciting team. If you grew up watching the Heat and you're still looking at those 90s games against the Knicks where two teams are playing in the mud, throwing elbows, and the final score was 86-78, this is the opposite of that. This is the exciting jet age Miami Heat. It's exciting. I give Riley and Spoelstra all the credit in the world for flipping the whole script on how you envision Miami Heat basketball. This has been a fantastic season.
Greg's absolutely right. We're running around at the Jackrabbits pace and running around in the Jet era. You know, the Miami Heat really are one of those teams you don't want to see in the first round.
He's a Beatle.
Yes, I'm George Harrison. I'm from the Beatles. And, Khalil Ware dominating
All right,
last
that's
night on the
enough.
glass.
That's enough.
Taser him.
All you need is love, am I right?
Stop talking.
This is going to be a long day if
All you
that's the
need
bit.
is love.
Greg is legitimately excited today. He's legitimately excited today because the soccer team locally is exciting and the basketball team is clearly good. Like, maybe they get hurt. I don't know. Maybe Tyler Herro throws something off and all of a sudden people are complaining, or this is what it's going to be. They're going after the top of the conference with speed. They're going to try and play basketball faster than you and think their bodies can hold up.
Look at the top 3 of the East. Detroit, or top 4. Detroit, Toronto, mix in Cleveland, Miami. Detroit and Toronto, 1 and 2.
You're not worried about Herro screwing this all up?
What's the screw up? This is the perfect.
What's the screw up?
Yeah, this is the perfect.
You just said the standings.
This is the perfect style of play.
If he's
for
bought in,
Herro.
if he's bought in, right? If he doesn't
Why
want to be the
wouldn't
ball
he
dominant,
be bought in?
because
Why
he
wouldn't
thinks he's the guy walking in being like, I'm the all-star on this team. I'm the guy that is the engine of this offense. And now he's got to mix in with Norm Powell, who's probably the best Heat player we've ever seen through the first 14 games of the
I
season.
agree with that take. Norm Powell
he's
is the
in-
greatest Heat player we've ever seen.
For the first 15 games, you missed that.
For the
part.
first 15
Thank you,
games.
okay.
Yes.
So there are only 2 players in the sport scoring more than 24 and shooting more than 46% from 2 and 3. It's this guy and Giannis. Giannis does it on 18 threes. He's made half of them. He can't keep it up. This dude's shooting better than Duncan Robinson, and he'll eat you up inside and out. Like, he's
Ooh,
There you go.
all right. Why am I worried about Tyler Herro screwing it up? Because over the last couple of years, I know he had a decent bubble, but Miami's gone on runs without Tyler Herro.
Okay, but
it seems as though Miami plays better without Tyler Herro.
Okay,
than
that's
he's on
not the
court.
way you prefaced it, though. You prefaced it with the whole, I'm the all-star, this is my team, as if he's not team first guy, when his entire tenure with the Miami Heat has shown you he has absolutely been team first guy.
I guess my mistake there is I thought that was implied. Hanging over this whole Tyler Herro thing is the Heat seem to play better without him over the last couple
Tonight
seasons.
is the 3rd game in 4 days, and he's going to come back against a Dallas team that is in disarray, is broken, and this has the potential This has the potential to start one of those dumb conversations around a team. Is the team better without its all-star? But the thing about the Heat is they're top 5 defensively when Bam plays. They will not be that with Tyler Herro. What they choked out Bulls. They said, Bulls, you want to play at that pace? Okay, we'll score the 140.
The part that's most confusing to me is what their starting group is going to wind up looking like. Because I don't know how Eric Spoelstra is going to handle that. I can only see it being that Davion Mitchell is going to move to the bench, which it's like, man, he's really good for them on the ball, and he never turns the ball over.
His assist-to-turnover rate is great.
It's the best in the league.
They're playing at a pace that doesn't make sense. Like, you can't bench that dude.
They're going to. Like, it's the only guy you could take out of the lineup.
I don't like
for
it.
here. You can't take Wiggins out because, you can't have a 3.
You need size.
Yeah, you can't have Mitchell, Powell, and Herro
Okay,
in
you're
your starting lineup.
highlighting real concerns with this Herro thing.
Well, I'm highlighting concerns as far as what the group is going to be out there together.
I think the other thing too is this offense is so fast paced that you need to be able to have the minutes spread out. So maybe a guy isn't playing 40 minutes a game, but you've got a couple guys playing 30, a couple guys playing 20 something. Like I think that's where that rotation ends up being.
But guys, if you consider the science of this, like the science of it, on what the Heat endured in an offseason where get the guy, get Durant, get the guy. If what you're trying to do is that you've already figured out in the science of this, this speed is busting everybody in this sport, every physical body in the sport, except OKC because they're really young, but that might happen to Holmgren. It seems like a lot to put on the joints and the ligaments and stuff. They'll go 10 deep. Bam was out, and they survived it. Herro was out, and they've survived it because they can go 10 deep at this pace. Like it's not 6 or 7 players anymore. It's like, you want to play 10? All right, here are our 10, and we've got some young ones now. Like that's future of the sport stuff, how you compete at the top of the Eastern Conference as the Knicks break because Brunson breaks down. You wait for the Pistons. Is Cade Cunningham, is he going to hold up under all of that? They're good. They're clearly good.
Very good.
Giannis is out again because is his body going to hold up? That's interesting to go into the playoffs in a new NBA where everyone's hurt and say our science will be better than yours. We'll go 11 deep.
Well, the depth is crazy. If you look at the box score now, just about every game, they have 8 or 9 players playing 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And that's what you want to trust Eric Spoelstra with, right? That kind of depth spread out to increase that kind of pace of play, to maintain that kind of pace of play, is exactly the formula. And I don't know about 10 or 11, but when Herro comes back, they absolutely have 9 players that they want to give minutes to.
In today's NBA, if I don't make it about the uniforms or the names or the all-stars or the credentials, in today's NBA, Zaz, if I tell you you're playing at the fastest rate of speed in the league and your point guard has the best assist-turnover ratio, he doesn't turn the ball over, and he's a great defender on the perimeter, you don't want to bench that.
And overall, they're one of the best teams in the league. I mean, they're top 4 defensive rating.
Well, and if we're trying to figure out the starting lineup, Greg's absolutely right. The team's really deep. We can move Pella Larson to the bench, although he's been a great connector like Ringo Starr was for us with the Beatles.
All right, warming up to it. As long as it's that efficient.
You think he's right, Greg, or what?
Yeah, I do. I think Ringo was the unspoken Beatle, the one everybody ignored.
No, about the basketball point.
I'm George.
Yeah, he's George.
Yeah, no, I wanted to substantiate what George was saying about Ringo's place in the Beatles. But Pella Larson, I mean, he's. I don't think he's more than 6th or 7th on the depth chart under any math.
Do you believe that story they told last night on the broadcast about Pella Larson and Dan Marley?
I don't watch the broadcast.
Was I the only one who thought that was a little, a little too coincidental?
For those that didn't watch, why don't you let them know what happened?
Yeah. Like
So Pella Larson's father, apparently, his favorite player was Dan Marley.
Thunder.
Hard to
for
believe.
all those years. Well, no, that's not necessarily hard to believe. But then Pella Larson gets to the NBA, gets to the Heat, and the father and Pella Larson realize, wow, you're wearing number 9. That was also Dan Marley's number. And it's like this big coincidence. I don't know. I found it a little hard to believe.
So wait, are you calling the Heat fishy? You're calling them a propaganda program? You calling Jason Jackson and his friends somebody that makes up stuff in order to get ratings?
It's a little coincidental.
What are you saying there? Are you saying they're putting this? What is the accusation you're making?
I'm saying it's a great story.
You're a journalist now. Hold on a second. Let me see here. If you're gonna do this, do it correctly. You're a journalist now.
Time to throw away all journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
I'm good. I'm just saying it's a great story, all right? I mean, if Pella Larson's father's favorite player is Dan Marley, A, he doesn't know his favorite player's number, and B, it's a huge coincidence that he then realizes, oh, wow, my son is wearing the same number as my favorite
You're saying
player.
it's a made-up story. Is what you're accusing the Heat of propaganda of fake news.
And by the way, my son plays a lot similar to my favorite player.
So that's what you're doing.
My favorite part of that whole story is you saying that they're telling that story to boost ratings, as if the ratings are skyrocketing by a Pella Larson, Dan Marley anecdote.
Well, if it's a lie, if it's a fabrication, if it's being accused by Zaslow of being a little too conveniently syrupy.
It's a good story.
Like, come on. He's saying it's a good story, but he's accusing them of not being true. Like,
of propaganda?
Be clear about what you're saying, Zaslow. Make it with your chest if you're going to make that accusation.
That guy wears number 23. My favorite player was Michael Jordan. Can you believe my son wears the same number? Oh, my God. It's a good story.
The University of Miami this weekend, buzzsaw it on the road. Virginia Tech won easily 34-17, and it's just total chaos in college football. You can't tell who's good. Ohio State hasn't played anybody. You saw what happened to Texas A&M. We all think Indiana's good, but anybody can win, and Miami's got a team that can play with anybody. Everybody can see that much, and so the question of whether or not they will be denied the playoffs, because some things had to happen this week and did happen for them, and they're in a good position if they beat Pittsburgh.
Had to happen to them for them in the ACC, but the top 10 in the AP had its most dominant week in several years. Yeah. Utah even survived, though I think enough happened this weekend for Miami to leap over Utah, because Utah's resume compared to Miami is so flimsy. It looks like SMU should enter the rankings again, and Pitt should probably re-enter the rankings as well. That gives Miami an opportunity to play a ranked team. But if you watch the broadcast, and I know a lot of people had a problem with it, it wasn't a compelling Saturday. Miami, the framing of this narrative, I saw it on ESPN. Miami survives a scare. And when that game was never in doubt. They never dipped below 92% win probability in the entire game. A bunch of funny things happened in that game. Bad replays, bad first down calls, improbable plays being made by Virginia Tech that prevented that game from...
Was there cheating?
Oh, it was the ACC refs. You know there was cheating. But it was pretty bad both ways. That was a really bad crew. But Miami probably had the most compelling game in that window, and it fed this narrative. Bob Wischusen, who's been called Chucklefuck on social media.
Oh, no, they hit Bob with the Chucklefuck?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Bob's a South Florida legend.
It's our guy.
They called Bob Wischusen Chucklefuck.
Oh,
He and Lou Riddick just kept – it was a horrible way to watch a game, because the entire time is – at any point in my lifetime, Miami performing that well in Blacksburg is a hell of a performance. But this thing was framed from the jump that Miami has to win this game by 40. And then Lou Riddick after the game's like, head-to-head is all that matters. Well, it would have been nice to hear that on the broadcast. It would have been nice to frame that narrative during the broadcast. But instead, I'm out here feeling like a failure because Miami isn't winning this game by 50 points. It's bull. And the fact that Miami is directly compared to Notre Dame outside of all the other teams is bullshit if you're not going to take what happened on the field as a primary metric. We are losing touch with our great traditional American football values here. What happens on the field matters. They don't just pass the eye test, as Miami is playing their most dominant football with the hottest quarterback in the nation in November. They pass the field test, Greg Cody.
And Mario Cristobal said exactly that in his post game. He tried to couch it a little bit, but he basically said everybody talks about the eye test. What about the field test? And he didn't bring up the head-to-head win over Notre Dame, but it's out there for everybody to see, except apparently the college football playoff voters.
Guys, this is a culture war. What is happening right now with the computers having so much say and all these acronyms and having a group of 5 team inexplicably join this playoff, let me tell you something. Group of 5, it's DEI. It's DEI. Let's call it for what it is. Call it for what it is. This is absolutely a culture war happening right now. When computers are trying to tell you that Notre Dame is better, who's Notre Dame beaten?
You can't do this.
Notre Dame's best win is against a stinky USC team. That's Notre Dame's best win. Wow, they look so dominant since they lost to Texas A&M. They're playing garbage.
70-7 against Syracuse.
They're playing garbage.
I will say, though, I tuned into that Miami game late in the fourth quarter. Only up 10. I did say to myself, I'm like, ooh.
You didn't have to say to yourself.
Just for the
Chuckle
optics.
was telling you what to think.
Just for the optics, I was like, I feel like they needed to.
Yes,
And then
which is bull. They beat
Mike.
Notre Dame.
All right,
Stop with the computers.
Mike.
The computers only matter. This is an assault on the fiber of America. This is not good. Are you seeing this? You should be scared. And your children should be scared too.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Personal foul. Personal and foul.
Just going to take this one on the chin. It's time to fight.
Mike, Virginia Tech was able to run the ball against Miami. And
Big time.
Almost 200 yards.
And that
Don't
was,
do the thing where you kick me out and I can't defend this. You're part of the enemy.
You're out.
The time to
no,
fight
I
is
don't.
now.
You're out. You have to leave the room and you have to go away for a minute and gather yourself because
My guy was spitting.
I want to talk about the actual game, whether Pringle is better for what they do than Fletcher.
Can we whisper while Mike's out of the room for a second? The way he's acting about all this is kind of making me want Miami to bubble. Wow. I kind of want them to come in 13th.
And they're headed there.
Just to see Mike lose his mind.
You want them to be first team
There are
out.
monitors out there, pal.
They are headed there.
Pick a side.
No, stay strong, guys.
I think it's best for
Guys,
content
stay
if we
strong.
just bubble,
Stay
if they become the
strong.
face of the bubble.
No. We can't. We're 3 weeks into this. Miami is doing their part. They needed to see more consistency. You can't get more consistent than this. Guys, this is bad. You should be scared.
They didn't cover at
Only up 10.
How does he be in the
That's
country, by
bad
the way?
Cover the opening line. All you talk about is the opening line against SMU.
Bad
Now we
Virginia
care about
Tech
closing
team.
lines?
Bad Virginia Tech
They
team.
were,
They covered the initial line.
when you're favored by 17.5, you can't win by 17, Mike.
Have you seen this? They want you to guess when you're buying NFL tickets. No. That's wrong. It's not freedom.
I don't like that.
You have to take the guesswork out of buying NFL tickets. That's why you download the Game Time app. You create an account, and you use code DAN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Swipe. Tap. Ticket. Go.
I love the visual image of Greg Cody in a home he's lived for 30 years, trying not to be lonely amid a family that's just eating up the red zone in the 4 o'clock hour, even if they're bad games, just because here come the Cowboys. Oh, is George Pickens? Oh, he's their number one now. It's not CeeDee Lamb anymore. And, we're going to get to watch CeeDee Lamb get mad at Dak Prescott.
Get mad for dropping the ball because the ball was in your hands and all of a sudden you dropped it. You went like this and made an O and the ball went right through like a tire on a swing. Please, CeeDee Lamb. of all
George
people.
Pickens is taking over that team. He seemed like he'd be useful in Pittsburgh. It seems like he's pretty good at wide receiver. But the show's moving a little bit fast for me, and the weekend is as well. Like Tom Brady said, what?
The wild headline.
If you were locked in on that Cowboys and Eagles game like I was, bad luck.
But you have to ask yourself, why can they say it?
The Colts and Chiefs game is Mahomes rescuing his season. It is getting us ready to gallop through December and the holidays on, that team still needs to be feared. You had them this close to dead. Daniel Jones, all you got to do is not be Daniel Jones in a fourth quarter and overtime where the Chiefs are going for 300 yards and the Colts, best offense in the league, you're getting 18 on the road in the cold. 18 yards, not 18 points. Daniel Jones, that's why they don't trust you. That's why in any game going forward in the future, if the Chiefs are in it against the Colts, the Chiefs will be the betting favorite by 3.5 or more because everyone kind of knows, if it's going to be just bootlegs and tight ends and we're hiding Daniel Jones and we're not going to throw the ball down the field, and they didn't try that at all, the Chiefs are going to gobble you up on offense in December when it gets a little colder and we have to play outdoors. But they won't if they have to go through the Colts.
Have you seen this? The Colts and the Chiefs played a football game. Now, the Colts' record might be better, perceived by many to be better. But then the two teams played. And then the Chiefs won. That makes the Chiefs better. You understand what I'm saying?
Head-to-head, man.
What's happening in college football should scare you. It should scare your family and your kids.
Are you wearing eyeliner?
It's not important. What's important is what happens on the field is supposed to matter. Invoking acronyms like SOS, SRS, SAG, FOH, DEI. That's what I like to say. Get away from the group of five. What happens on the field matters. What is happening in college football, hate to say it, is woke. That's right. And it's gay.
Oh, you didn't just do that.
Analytics want gay everything. I'm sorry.
You didn't just do that.
That's what they're doing.
You didn't escalate that quickly to
We're not. Transitive property used to matter. If Miami beat Notre Dame, that's a trans issue that people should be paying attention to and not ignoring.
Really? With George Harrison there, you? Really? That's how you're going to do this?
I ran this by Jeremy because he is woke.
The Alphabet Mafia.
This guy gets it, dude. I like this guy.
Seriously, though, we can't allow this to happen. Two
Please,
teams played.
Please stop, Mike. Please stop infecting.
Ask yourself.
I can't do this for a month.
Ask yourself.
I can't.
If two teams played and one team won, and they have the same record, does that not
the
make
Colts
them better?
played the
It
Chiefs
used to,
yesterday. And
at least in this country.
The Chiefs, the Chiefs announced, like, it was funny to watch it come down to this kind of cold math. If the Chiefs win this game, they're going to make the playoffs by probabilities. And if they lose this game and they're down 20-9 in fourth quarter, it looks like they're kind of done. You might want to bury this team right now. Like, you might want to finish them right now because we see how hurt the Patriots are, how injured the Patriots are. The wheels are going to fall off of that thing before it gets to the finish line.
Yeah.
So now what are you going to do if Mahomes is coming for you as Romo is galloping through November with, here comes playoff Mahomes. Here comes, he's warning you. He was warning you on those fourth quarter drives, and then the Chiefs and the Colts. Colts best offense in the league, Zaslow. The Chiefs go for 300 yards in the fourth quarter and beyond in overtime. And the Colts, it's punt, 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 punt.
There's still multiple teams between Kansas City and the playoff spots. Like, they're only a game back, yes, but there's two other teams they would have to jump before they even get to the final playoff
The point
spot.
is he saved their season. The point is the playoffs started yesterday for the Chiefs.
Well, so what does that mean? Like, they have to win the rest of their games?
It's
They're not
just-
going
They
to.
got to win more games than they lose,
it's-
especially in the AFC.
No, they'll have to be a lot better than winning more games.
You
than they lose
guys,
the rest
you
of the
guys
way.
made, this is what happened. You guys made the game at Denver must win, and then it wasn't must win. You made the Colts must win, and now they're back in the game. Like, we understand it's a flawed team. They can't run the ball. You're going to need that in December. You can't keep asking Mahomes to do everything. Like, that's the first one-score game they've won this season.
I'm just saying they probably have to go 5-1 the rest of the way to make the playoffs. And if they do that, it's playing every game on the road. in the playoffs.
That's not the point. Look, that's nice. We can talk about all that, and we'll spend the weeks and the holidays discussing that, probabilities, whatnot. Mahomes saved their season. The Chiefs have been in 9 straight of these the AFC Conference Championship games. It's 9 straight.
But have you seen this? The EPA tells you Indianapolis is better, but your eyes told you different. That game happened. It should matter to you and your family because this is woke and gay.
You did this already.
Did you get that, Dan?
I'm not going to be able to allow him to keep doing this. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to go again, Mike. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to accuse you of here. Except, well, let me see here.
Have you seen this? They're penalizing
Minor
you
penalty,
for
2
being
minutes.
right.
Accidental
For
racism.
speaking my mind.
Talk about the left.
You're carrying out this woke agenda. You can't get more woke than saying one team is better when they lost a head-to-head matchup. This should scare you.
You have
it should
to leave.
Scare everybody.
You have to leave. You and your eyeliner. You have to go. You're going to have to go. You have to get out of here.
He's not
now.
wearing eyeliner.
I'm not. I have some Egyptian roots.
Get out of here. You have to. of the football yesterday, okay? It was funny to see the Browns have their first 50-yard pass in 15 games.
Isaiah Bond, Dan, that's who it was running down the
play was
sideline, number
exciting.
16.
The Raiders exist just for everyone else to get better. Chip Kelly is fired in the middle of the night, highest paid offensive coordinator, because the Raiders are truly terrible, so terrible that Shedeur Sanders, who can't play quarterback, just won a road game by double digits because the Raiders stink.
Raiders have such good offensive players. Chip Kelly couldn't do anything with these
Chip
guys.
Kelly sucks.
Okay,
Sucks.
But fired also. Chip Kelly fired highest paid offensive coordinator in the league. Put that over there. Also put over there just Jameis Winston football. All of it, right? Catching a pass, stiff arm.
That was awesome.
And 3rd and 17, like breaking a tackle on a sack, and it was just all Jameis. And then at the end, of course, they're going to lose because we all knew they were going to lose.
Come on, we're so close. We had him.
Everyone knew that's how that was going to Tell me that we didn't know.
The trick or treat, Dan, you knew it.
No, but more to the point, though, you're like doing the math in the fourth quarter of 13. Really, you're gonna let the Lions beat you with 7. You're gonna let the
Going to kick a field goal here. Okay.
Look, a couple of things yesterday. Weird. You tell me if it's not weird. Have you guys gotten used to this yet? The Cowboys-Eagles game is 21-21. There's 3.5 minutes left. It's 4th and goal, and the Cowboys aren't kicking the field goal. They're going for 7 with 3.5 minutes left in the game when the Eagles haven't done anything offensively in the last 3 quarters.
Mike McDaniel's strategy.
Are you guys yet used to this? The new normal in football where they're treating, 7's worth more than 3.
4 points?
7, and I'm going to keep going for 7, even if the math doesn't make sense to you, because 3.5 minutes left in a game. Schottenheimer's kid. It's like old school Schottenheimer's kid is saying, no, we go for it on 4th and short at the goal line because touchdowns are worth more than field goals.
Dumb.
And when you're this close, that's what we do in this sport now.
It didn't only happen in the Cowboys and Eagles games. If you go to the 1 o'clock slate, the Patriots and the Bengals game, the Pats had 2. Basically, they had 8 downs at like the 2-yard line, ran a bunch of stuff into the offensive line. They got a penalty, got a new first down, and then went 4th and down, went out on downs over there too. So it was like they just went for it, no kicking field goals, just try to get a touchdown.
To me, though, the story of the day is Colts, Chiefs, can you wrestle it away from them? And to me, the stat pull away from that game for me, and we are understanding that the Chiefs dominated that game, right, and then took over the story of that game at the end. But Daniel Jones not able to throw the ball more than 20 yards all game when that offense had been in the red zone 26 times this season and scored 22 touchdowns. You were here to prove to me that you're what the Chiefs offense used to be. Roll through half a season being the best thing in the league. Nobody can touch you 30, but it's going to be required of you, Jones. Can you do it with bootlegs and scheming? Can you do it with tight ends? Or can you do it down the field, outdoors, later in the season when we trust you won't become Daniel Jones again, right? Like that's the story being told yesterday is that King Kong is on the cusp of you can push all of this off the mountain if none of you want to see it in the playoffs as the Patriots physically fall apart. Nobody wants to see this thing. Nobody wants to see Patrick Mahomes alive and swinging in the playoffs.
I think the story of the season so far in the NFL, and it's been an intriguing season, is that Patrick Mahomes and that KC defense make the Chiefs as good as just about any team in the league other than the LA Rams. For me, the Rams are the most all-round best team.
That's not what the Bills have to win in this conference. The Rams are somewhere else. Look, we're in agreement that whatever comes – I think we're in agreement on this, right? Whatever comes out of the AFC is going to be flawed. Like
yes.
Whatever the thing is, and if you're going to make all of them flawed, the Chiefs are going to be the most the most feared flawed thing.
Yes.
But
correct.
the Rams are a buzzsaw. And the Seahawks are great, too. And the Eagles can beat anybody except that weird short-circuiting that just happened to them yesterday because football's funny.
And Detroit right now is not even a playoff team in the NFC.
Well, and Detroit showed you nothing beating the Giants and Jameis that way because of the silliness of that game. The Giants also did. So you guys saw that Malik Neighbors is questioning the Giants. Look at this, man, in your football Sunday. While Cody's trying to get Messi off the ground,
yeah.
The headlines are rolling in. Malik Neighbors questioning that the Giants are losing on purpose. That is fundamentally useless. The worst thing that a player who is not playing can do to your team on a day off, say the games are rigged. Like, this is not helpful in any way.
How does he think that that's okay to put that out there?
This thing is crazy. What am I missing that Malik Neighbors would think so little of his organization that he would say, I think we're rigging games on purpose to lose them by way of analysis of how the Giants lost, because this is how it is with Jameis. He'll make you crazy.
Like, who was the first person to call Malik Neighbors and tell him to take it down? Was it the PR guy? Was it his agent? Did he just say, oh, wow, that was unbelievably stupid. I'll just take it down myself?
Nah, it wasn't a self thing. It was a call.
But what is that? How is the judgment that bad?
So bad.
Also, was he not around last year when they were losing on purpose too? Like, he didn't see that?
Okay, but
he's right. Malik Neighbors was right in one thing he wrote there. It was the line, you don't kick a field goal with 5 question marks. You kick a field goal there. Mike McDaniels was wrong last week, and they're wrong this week for not doing that.
Guys, can you come?
He wasn't wrong last week, though.
Can we? He wasn't wrong last week.
Yeah, he was.
No,
not by
lucky.
percentages.
No, he wasn't.
Not,
I don't care about percentages.
Greg.
I don't care about percentages.
Greg.
I want logic. Logic
Have you seen
overrides data sometimes.
Have you seen this? Are you aware? Greg's the only one making sense.
Thank you.
You're all citing charts,
think.
numbers, and graphs. What he's talking about is what he's seeing on the field.
Zagacki.
That should matter. And if it doesn't matter, we've lost all hope.
I know math is bad for an audio Monday, but Greg, the decision that McDaniel made in Madrid gave them a 3.5% better chance of win probability. That makes it the correct mathematical decision if you're always playing probabilities as the odds.
Use your gut, okay? And you got a gut. Use your gut, okay? Don't be a slave to numbers. When you're tied going into the last 2 minutes of the game, you kick a field goal, and then you trust your defense.
I'm hearing this. Are you hearing this? Are you seeing this? Numbers are bad. Numbers get in the way. Numbers are woke and gay.
Greg, the thing that you're doing that is the wrong thing to do here is I want, if someone is winning on my behalf in any industry, for that person to have the best probabilities of winning in wherever the margins are for winning. So if they're going to reject the math of I had a 3.5% better chance than this, but I went with my gut, I accept the explanation, but I want the person who will choose the best mathematical path because it's the most prudent route.
But if you're going by mathematics and analytics and all that stuff, you don't even need a person. You need AI to coach you, and I don't mean Allen Iverson. Anyone can look at a computer and look at those algorithms and what have you and say what you said. It's not the truth. Okay?
I hope your eyes are open.
You got to use the human touch.
Greg is making all the sense.
The field test.
You want to invoke numbers in computers. They're coming for your job. That should scare you and your family. What matters is what happened on the field. Quality losses. That's a joke. How about quality wins in head-to-head matchups? It's woke, and it's bad, and gay.
Okay, again with this? Okay, you're going to do that again then. All right, so...
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Tremenda, cagaçon.
You seeing this? They're trying to silence me. And it starts with me, then the Miami Hurricanes, and then you, and your family.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Dumpster juice take.
And gay.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Murdering the show with your bare hands in a dismemberment kit in cold blood.
I'm trying to talk math here with my stubborn friend, and I just want to invoke Zaslow and Tony on this because I think your son is also math averse. We're in a new normal now, right? Where the thing he's complaining, he's like 2 weeks behind on McDaniel did the wrong thing. No, he didn't. All these coaches are going to kind of, on 4th and goal, if they're inside the 5, they're going to go for 7 and not 3 anymore because they've realized, like they did in basketball, we're like, oh, 3 points are worth more than 2. Or like they did in baseball, home runs are better than not home runs.
You're just going to keep shaking your head at that. Like, that's what it is.
They've all figured out 7 is worth more than 3. I'm going to go for 7 if I'm inside the 5. I don't care what the game situation is.
It's not even as much about that, although, yes, of course, you're right. It's that these kickers kick and make field goals from everywhere.
Yesterday, 59, 59, 61, as if it's normal. And 3 of them, like it's just, here we go, 59, 59, 61.
Easy,
like,
and it cleared the goalpost by like 6 yards.
Outdoors with wind at 59, 59, 61, and you're like, what the hell?
3-point lead, giving the ball up with 2 minutes left is nothing.
And then doing the kickoff, if they get it at like the 35, they have to go like 20 yards to get in
You're
the
giving
field
the
goal
ball up with less than 2 minutes left, and the other team has 0 timeouts.
It was
That's
just
a
under
factor.
2 minutes.
Greg,
That's a factor.
But yet, look, Greg, I just love that we're already here for the boldness of Schottenheimer, okay, whose dad never would have done it this way. His dad was always losing in the playoffs with 14-2 teams because he would have never done it the way that his kid is doing it. The Cowboys are not as good as the Eagles. They traded Micah Parsons because they are not as good as the Eagles. They know they're not as good as the Eagles, but they're there late in the game. They're capable of winning, and George Pickens is going off. At the end of the game, it's 21-21. They've got the ball inside of 4 minutes. It's 4th and goal, and they fail to make it. But no one questions that they would go for it anymore. I don't feel like in today's NFL. We're not playing the way you did 4 weeks ago even, where they're all going to get more aggressive at this, and all of the offenses are going to be efficient enough when it's like, wait a minute. So we've got to get 10 yards on 4 downs, and we haven't been using this 4th one? Like 10 yards, when we can get 2 and 3 here, we've not been using this 4th one all season because we're afraid of doing it at our 40-yard line. Even in college sports, you're seeing like crazy. Everyone's going for it inside.
You see what FAU did?
Inside their own 20, inside their own 30.
FAU went for 4th and 1 in the 3rd quarter from their 10.
Good.
They scored a touchdown on the play.
Good, exactly right. And it actually goes back to
What?
That's actually impressive. I didn't see that. But it goes back to the Colts and Chiefs game. There was a play late, I want to say in the 3rd quarter or maybe early 4th quarter. Colts had a 3rd and 1, and they throw a 35-yard pass to Alec Pierce somewhere down there. 4th and 1 at like their 39 or 40, and then they punt the ball. It's like, it's 4th and 1. You got Daniel Jones. You got Jonathan Taylor, the best running back in the sport. You can't get 1 yard?
But guys, what happened yesterday, like to me, this part, if you were going to do just drama and stories, this part, the Colts went in with the best offense in the league. You told us you're what the Lions have been the last few years. You get the ball down the field. You make it look easy. You can churn out drives, scoring drives. 26 times in the red zone, 22 touchdowns. Even when it gets tight, 22 touchdowns in the red zone. Are you that team? Oh, no, not in Kansas City, not on the road, not when it counts in the 4th quarter. In the 4th quarter, you can put the champion, you can put him out. You can put your foot on the neck of the champion. We won 29 in your place. We did it your way, and we beat you your way at defense. And the Chiefs, 4th quarter on, go for 300 yards, and you go for 18. Like, in terms of what it takes to win a football season, honestly, it reminds me of, like, John Morant and what's going on with Klay Thompson, where Klay Thompson looks down from championship heaven and says, do you know what it takes to, like, win this? Like, how much you have to respect the weekly nature of things? The Colts had a chance to announce themselves to America yesterday. They had a chance in the 4th quarter, and they let playoff Mahomes be playoff Mahomes before the playoffs have started, because the playoffs have started for the Chiefs. Like the playoffs are here. They live for this time of year. They're here to see if the Colts have the stomach for this. Man, you think Chris Jones is going to be chasing everyone around on the goal line when Mariota's flopping around during the regular season? No, he's built for December and January. He knows what it takes to win championships. He'll try then. And occasionally in the 4th quarter when you really need him and he needs to wreck Daniel Jones.
And he throws the center 16 yards the other way and just goes and gets you. But the thing is, their identity is running the football. Jonathan Taylor had 16 carries for 56 yards, right? Like, the identity for the Colts is, yes, we're the team that's going to score 22 times of 26 times in the red zone, but you can't have your best player with 58 yards from scrimmage.
No, but here, this ignores something, okay? And I've told you before to listen to Mina Kimes and the data dump she's doing before games on Friday. But before the Bills and the Chiefs played, she said this is what's going to happen here because the Chiefs are very bad at stopping the run up the middle and the Bills are very good at running between the tackles up the middle. That's how that game's going to go. The Bills will hold the ball all game, and then the game went exactly that way. The fact that the best offense in the league with the MVP, Jonathan Taylor, scored I don't know how many touchdowns the week before and every week. In December, Saquon Barkley time, when we need a running game and it can't be, it's 18 yards in the 4th quarter. Like, not when you're getting the 200 and whatever that you did against, who was that he did it 2 weeks before?
The Rams, I think he had like 250-something yards.
Was it the Rams? Jonathan Taylor is obviously great at football. The running back is disposable. We all know how the quarterback, how important he is.
You're thinking of the game against the Falcons in Berlin?
Yes. At deciding time yesterday, Daniel Jones had a chance to finish the Chiefs. To finish them. And he gave you 18 yards of total offense. Best offense in the league. That's not me telling a story. Those are the facts. Everyone saw that on television. Chiefs aren't usually in that 1 o'clock game. That's where the Colts have lived for a long time. The Chiefs are slumming by coming and saving their season on 1 o'clock football for you.
But it's complementary football that the Colts like to play, right? Their running game opens up the passing game with those bootlegs, with those play actions for Daniel Jones. And when you're not afraid of the run because you're stopping everything, stonewalling at the line of scrimmage, yeah, Ashton Doolin is going to break a 48-yard run. But like you have Michael Pittman running out of nowhere, you have Alec Pierce, you have a guy named Ogletree who catches a touchdown. Like they're built to run the ball and then play off of that. They just couldn't.
Where was Mo Alley Cox when you needed him?
You know what? Yes. 1 for 9.
There's too many suspicious good teams in this league right now.
Zaslow, what just happened?
I thought George was about to say something. I got confused. Like, did George blurt something out? And then I thought George was about to say something.
Zaz, hold on a second.
That's weird.
Zaz,
He's just staring at
Zaz,
me. I know.
Everyone,
I'm sorry.
No, just shut up, Zaz. Okay, Zaz.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for not listening to the show.
I don't care what you got going on with George. When the ball gets rotated to you, you're not allowed for it to hit you in the face because you're like, I don't know. I was talking to George. Did he say something to me? Like, get out. Get out. Please.
If you guys want to hear about some football, we got Liverpool losing to Nottingham Forest 3-0 this weekend.
Oh, soccer, I get it.
Chris Cody, please tell me what just happened. You just saw. You and I were
was
looking.
scared.
You and I were looking at Zaslow.
I threw the ball to him, Dan. I was like, what happened? He's open.
It looked like a frozen computer.
It looked like he wanted to talk. All of us saw it. Me, Tony, and Chris turned to Zaslow, and instead, he's doing a private show with that old George over there. Okay? This guy in the corner over here that has been distracting me all show. And Greg Cody went on a Ringo Starr side tangent because he got confused by this person in the corner.
Ringo, all you need is love.
That's right, Greg.
That's the same joke you made last time.
All you need is love, man.
So that's all you got?
Yes.
So that is your limited fake Beatles. That is your limited fake Ringo Starr, not George Harrison, right?
That's right. That's all I got.
What are you laughing about, buddy?
The day of football yesterday, okay, the week before, okay, Scott Hansen starts at 1 o'clock he's like, and last week in the 1 o'clock window, 7 games, the team trailing in the fourth quarter won. 5 of them on the last play. And here we go. Here's 7 more hours of Are You Ready to Get Crazy?
And you want me to go to the Barbie room and watch Messi and Suarez or whoever that is? Come on.
And all the games are close, even the meaningless ones. But in the 1 o'clock window, I believe the Chiefs took the storyline of the day because I believe the biggest story in this sport, and I'm kind of stunned I'm saying this, having seen 20 years of Brady, is the NFL, this champion is so large now that the biggest story every week is, did they win or did they lose? Like, you're going to tell me the regular season doesn't matter everywhere, but no, I'll know. You know when I'll know it doesn't matter? When you've eliminated them and I know that they will not be the ones playing in the final game. And you've offered me, that we've actually buzzsawed through Mahomes because this is hard. When I go back to... I want to play some of this sound from Klay Thompson because I thought it was so interesting to hear him talk like your grandpa about today's kids because he actually knows what it takes and how hard it is to be a champion. So hard that Memphis got there for like 3 months, chirped an awful lot, and then cratered as a franchise, crushing their youngest player. And so Klay Thompson doesn't respect Ja Morant, doesn't respect whatever his generation is, doesn't respect that Ja Morant would throw away publicly. Like, it's unbelievable to see Klay Thompson behaving like your grandpa at the end of the Mavericks bench when he's not very good anymore, and he just doesn't respect Ja Morant in a way that said so publicly after the game. So let's hear the sound here from Klay Thompson, and maybe we'll get an explanation from Zaslow on what the hell he was doing with George.
And if you didn't see, it was because at the end of the game, Klay took a final shot, the Mavericks lose, and Ja, who wasn't playing in the game, is just kind of giving him the business.
With Ja, he's a funny guy. He has a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. But you know what? That's for another day.
What did Ja have to say on this occasion?
Nothing of intelligent, just running his mouth. And it's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of career so far, just leaving us wanting more. You know, we all want to see him out there and do his best, but letting a lot of other stuff get in the way of that. And we need that in the NBA. We need our best players to be out there. And when you're a star, it comes with a great responsibility. And I hate to see that go to waste.
You can any number of times wherever there is beef. And look, Shannon Sharp was trying to fight Memphis. Memphis was it for a minute, and Ja Morant got carried away with whatever that was for a while. You rarely hear a champion of this man's credentials so clearly articulate, I don't respect you. And those are the words that cut the most, like, oh yeah, you got gifts. I've seen 1,000 guys who have gifts. Do you know what it takes to beat all of them for 10 years because we got to go get Kevin Durant and because Draymond's punching our teammates because he's a crazy person? Like, do you know what it takes?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty brutal takedown by Klay Thompson there. Like, because he said it really succinctly.
Matter of fact.
Yep, and while also getting the point across in a very strong way. And then, capping it off with, he doesn't take any accountability. He never does. Not a surprise. Look, I don't think there's a bigger loser move, and I think most NBA players would probably agree with it, than talking trash when you're in street clothes on the bench. And then add to it, you're talking trash when you're in street clothes on the bench in the midst of, your worst career season when you actually are playing.
Oh, and not just your worst career season when you're playing. Right now, Ja Morant, I dare say, is the poster child for this person doesn't care enough about all of his blessings, like in sports right now. Among superstars, look, this was face of the league 18 months ago. You were telling me Anthony Edwards and him were going to be the face of the league because, what grace to have a small guy who's sinewy, be more athletic than everybody. And then fame comes to him and all the nonsense comes to him. And now Klay Thompson, champion, pedigreed champion, looks down on you, remembers when you challenged them, a fly around an elephant's tail for 5 months. That's the most relevant you've been. When you sniffed where they were with greatness, for Klay to say, don't respect you. Don't respect you since back then. You guys don't understand what it takes. You've been chirping for years, and look, you've fallen on the neck. The only thing that stopped Ja Morant is whatever is the pressure of being Ja Morant amid being a child, amid the responsibilities of that franchise.
He never plays. He's in the middle of a career worst season, and his team sucks. And talking trash off the bench when you're in street clothes is sucker behavior.
Wow, sucker move?
Oh no,
sucker.
Ja Morant, suck of the day.
Suck a move. We can't do this. I'm not comfortable with how we do this.
Have you seen this?
We've got to be more
making
careful
excuses
again with
for
this.
the young man.
He's so bronze.
I understand that Memphis has blue leadership, but someone needs to go into that town and clean it up. This shouldn't be a role model. This is a villain, and we should talk about it that way.
Should he take the crown as the ultimate sucker until we find someone else to replace him?
Wow.
He's the show's
suck of the year?
Wow. Well, no, not the year because it could change, but I think Chris is onto something here.
I'm not comfortable with what you guys are doing, and I don't. I think we're getting too far.
I'm not comfortable with what you're doing.
I agree.
You're making this man a child. He's a grown man.
26.
In charge of his own decisions. At 26, I was married with 7 children.
Yeah. I don't mind infantilizing Ja Morant given what his behaviors have been. They've been public.
Immature.
Let's infantilize him.
I don't think I'm the only one doing that.
How young are you making him? Is it 15 or is it 18? Is there a difference?
It's not grown up.
How big of a difference?
There's a big difference between 15 and 18.
Depends on which state you are. You could say that, but is it really?
How much makeup are you wearing? How much you are?
What do you mean?
He's got a good tan, dude. Chill.
Look, this is all I'm saying to you, okay? When we talk about the AFC and whatever the weaknesses of the AFC is, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are doing this to the Patriots, the way they're broken and saying, yeah, Hunter Henry, 7 catches for 110? You think that's how you're going to beat us in the playoffs? Let's go.
Douglas?
Let's play that game wherever it is you want to play it. If you're going
There's Mac Hollins.
Man, that's where we are with this sport right now, right? It's everyone's playing exciting, interesting, close games, and everyone's just looking at the Chiefs and Eagles from every angle.
I think part of the issue is that a lot of the teams with good records are obviously not good teams. Nobody's really scared of New England.
The Bears. I think the Bears are a good team. I don't think. I don't. No.
Sneaky. They're sneaky good.
Really? You think so?
I think they're sneaky good. I don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're sneaky good for right now. For first year of Ben Johnson, if I told you the Bears were going to be 8-3 and the Lions were going to be 7-4, I'd be like, okay, sneaky.
We can't really do anymore. We can't really do who have they beaten in that league.
Why not?
Or fourth.
That's an important question being
place
asked.
Schedules.
If you beat a team and they beat another team, you're better than that team they beat. That's the trans issue we're talking about here. Transitive property. It matters, and it should matter, because what happens between the lines is important. The more you dilute it, the more you invoke acronyms, the more you invoke math, the further it is you get away from your traditional American values. This is wrong, and it should scare you and your family.
The Chicago Bears.
Hold on.
Okay.
Is there not? I thought there was another note after this should scare you and your family. No?
And it's gay.
Yeah, okay.
You walked into that one, Dan. You knew that was coming.
That's the one that I was
waiting.
Analytics want everything gay.
Okay.
I will say, not a lot of good wins on this Bears.
Can I just say one thing about the Bears? The Bears are the biggest fraud in the NFL right now.
Oh, no.
Their defense is bottom third in the league. Their point differential is -3. They're the only great record team with a minus point differential. Not a good team. It's an embarrassment that Green Bay and Detroit is trailing the Chicago Bears.
He's so close to
in
saying
the
it.
division.
It's right there in front of his nose. You know he wants to say it.
Greg.
It's woke.
Greg.
And
Greg.
You say
not a good
it's
team.
woke and good.
More than embarrassment. Greg, what do you mean not
It's
a good
woke
team? The Bears are
and
8-3. What's the point of playing 11 games? You got to beat the teams that you're playing in front of.
I get it. Head to head, they are 8-3. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
But they're still a
Have you
bad
seen
team.
this? The quarterback of the Bears paints his nails.
You can't say not a good team.
Do you know how much the Bears would be underdogs to the Kansas City Chiefs if they met next week?
Okay, this is not. So this
probably close to double figures.
No.
No
What?
way.
You're crazy.
Greg?
7.5
That's a
points.
4.5 point
Yeah,
spread.
maybe
easy.
3.5.
This is a
Greg.
problem with numbers.
What?
Who would be favored?
Greg.
Look at all the good teams.
Greg.
Tampa Bay, not that good.
Quality
San
loss, though.
Francisco, not that good.
We don't know about San Francisco yet.
Philadelphia, not that good.
Not that good.
Greg.
Denver,
Philadelphia.
They've
pretty
won like
good.
28 of like
Greg,
34
Greg,
games.
Chargers, not
Greg,
that good.
Greg, this is gonna
Colts, not that
all
good.
right, look.
Jaguars, not that good.
All right.
Steelers, not that good. Bills, not that good.
George, what are you encouraging over there? What are you telling us to
Greg's
roll
right.
with?
I just wanted to see Greg keep going on which teams were good and which teams were bad.
Thank you, George.
Greg, I know you went over the Chicago Bears, but were you going to get to the Minnesota Twinks anytime soon?
Well, nobody
see
thinks
what I
they're
mean?
good. I mean, come on.
You can
Slowly,
understand how I
AJ
got
McCarthy,
confused with
please.
George earlier, right?
George Harrison, one of the underrated Beatles.
Do you want any of Jeremy's thoughts on the Heat? Do you
I would like his thoughts on the breakup of the Beatles, because George, you were at odds with Paul McCartney back then, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a rough time, you know, some odd times with Lennon and McCartney and Starr, and then there was the whole thing with me and Clapton and his wife. You know, it's been an up and down life, but, you know, we figure it out.
Are you seeing this? He's not George Harrison, but he's telling you he is. He's identifying as George Harrison, even though he wasn't born. That should scare you and your family.
I'm not again with this.
It's woke.
Come on,
And?
man. How much
George?
George?
How much makeup?
Gay?
That's right. He gets it. This guy gets it.
How much makeup are you wearing? What is happening
wearing-
right now?
Why does he keep saying
seeing
that?
this.
Why does he keep
He
asking
keeps
that?
accusing me of
Dan's
wearing
making
makeup.
that
Look at me.
up.
Well,
Not wearing any makeup.
The side by side of Tony and Mike is.
Tony, you are normally browner than Mike. He's making you look, if not albino-ish, like you are certainly not getting enough blood to your face. Like Mike is looking a good deal more tan Hispanic than you are.
Are you seeing this?
Browner?
It's a glow. When you've been exposed to the truth. Because what matters on a football field matters eternally. You're looking at polls. The pollsters are a problem too. They're fake polls. The coaches poll, there isn't a single coach that would be okay with a team they beat ranked ahead of them if they had the same record. Call it what it is. It's woke. It's a problem. It should scare you. It's going to be the end of you and your children.
Chris, can we do funniest thing from the sports weekend, please? I need to lighten this up. I can't give him enough penalties.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes, delay a show.
I just need to get you out so that I can do the show and you can stop doing this. You're on a platform to nowhere.
Are you seeing this? They're trying to muzzle me.
Okay.
I'm speaking truth.
All right.
He doesn't like it. So shut me up.
Okay.
That's wrong.
All right.
It's woke.
Okay.
And gay.
Yes. You mentioned that. So Jameis was delightful yesterday. That was funny and fun to watch. The open field stiff arm catching of a pass as Detroit's trying to hang on to the fringes of the playoffs. Like Detroit's trying to hold on. Like, look, we've got only so much of this man Campbell left. All right.
Have you seen Gibbs?
Have you seen what we look like on the road? And so they go in there and they're like biting kneecaps. And it's like Jameis is like, woo, double reverse. My hurt receiver going to be criticizing our play calling. Throw the ball back to me. Stiff arm open field. Jameis was this close to knocking the Lions, to ending the Lions window. It was only going to be dissent from Dan Campbell from here because you can only eat so many kneecaps. So, of course, I have all of my football analysis wrong because I am feeding into the drama of the Eagles and the Chiefs when Stafford's got 24 touchdowns and 0 interceptions over the last 6 weeks of football. And the Rams have sort of perfected what Daniel Jones isn't exactly going to travel with on the road. Everyone knows that unless I'm making it like 0 degrees in the cold, that Stafford can bring that offense and complete and 9 completions to Puka wherever it is that traveling circus goes.
Wasn't Stafford's career almost over in training camp when they thought he couldn't play because he has a bad back?
I thought he was going to the Giants. Didn't Diana Rossini said that was a real thing. So we talk a lot about the drama and the teams that have been there. It ignores some things about that team, does it not? Given that they traded for Stafford over Goff because McVay was like, yeah, I'll go with this quarterback. That quarterback is going to make me lose to Brady 13-3 in a Super Bowl that Belichick won for Brady.
And by the way, they lost one of the best defensive players in league history 2 years ago.
Yeah. And their defense is great.
They are great at all the things. They're a great organization. Look, McVay had one of the rarest of coaching and broadcasting opportunities before Tom Brady got the $375 million with the streaming service money and the broadcasting explosion. Sean McVay had the chance to be the voice for football the way John Madden was by just leaving football at the top of football because he could have had any broadcasting job at the very height of the food chain.
I think he could still do that.
Would have skipped every line, but chose to keep coaching because he prefers to do that. And he's gamed the system like when Stafford's your quarterback. Like they have figured out a perfection of motion and chemistry in their offense, whether it's Cooper Kupp. Like you don't need to have someone who's actually as good as Smith and Jigba, right? Like you only need to have either Cooper Kupp or Puka or Devontae Adams, or they'll do it with Higbee, or they'll do it to Baker Mayfield. They'll do it at the Eagles. They'll do it everywhere. Like Stafford will be the only thing that actually dethrones Brady through his runs, through his playoff runs. He goes through Breeze, Mahomes, and Rodgers in one postseason, but it was Stafford throwing deep to Cooper Kupp that knocked Brady out of another playoff, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like that, Stafford has quietly had such an amazing back end of his career to become a Hall of Famer.
I mean, think about the first part of his career. Like, I don't know if he was considered a loser, but he was considered as a guy who's never going to win. And I understand a lot of that is because it was Detroit, But man, like, and those Detroit teams with Calvin Johnson, how dysfunctional were they? That this is what we're getting out of Matthew Stafford now in the latter portion.
But you know the answer to this question, which is this is one of the amazing things about Dan Campbell's ascendance there. The backstory, and I say this all the time with the Lions, 2 of their best players, they made them quit. Calvin Johnson and Perry Sanders ended their careers early, and Stafford was tired of giving his body out on that surface every season, because he never misses games. Like, he's insanely tough somehow, still playing games, bad back or not. Like, That guy became the highest paid quarterback in the league in Detroit, and he was the only good thing about the team. He's the only reason anyone thought they'd win a playoff game. But he was viewed as a career loser because of it, because he merely got to the organization to a better place than it had ever been with Barry Sanders and with Calvin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's the best thing that ever happened to Detroit. Am I wrong?
I mean, that's arguable, but what's
him or Barry Sanders in terms of winning, playoff winning, relevance? Can we beat Romo? It was like the only other time we've seen Detroit be relevant is when Stafford made them so. Correct?
Right. I mean, I think Barry Sanders ultimately is going to be revered more than Stafford in Detroit.
I mean, it depends how far you're going to go back. They did win NFL championships in the late
We're not
50s.
going back that far.
Okay, with Bobby Lane, the quarterback.
You want to give him the back in my day music? He can tell us all that he wants about the 1950s Detroit Lions
Let's
if he
not
wants.
erase history. That's all I'm saying. Have they ever won a Super Bowl? No.
Oh, there it is. That's what matters.
Have they won NFL championships? Yeah.
They are a laughingstock American franchise.
Used to be.
For all time.
You can't just erase history. That's not good either. You have to highlight it. Look, a lot of people were in a lot of bad situations. You can explain it. Context matters. Like being head-to-head on a football field. That used to matter.
Not again with this. Not again with this. What are you laughing at,
Looks
Greg?
like a raccoon.
Greg, he is wearing a lot of makeup. Greg,
Yes.
Can you? Mike accuses me of contrivance. What was your real feeling yesterday? Ostracized to a corner of your home to watch Lionel Messi, shamed by your family into you will not be as important as the 4 o'clock games.
I was honored to be watching Lionel Messi on that stage perform like he did. It's an honor to watch that guy play. It really is. I mean, and I don't probably think that way about any other athlete in any other sport.
LeBron, I would say LeBron. You don't think it's an honor to get to watch LeBron play for 23 years?
At his age, yeah, at his age.
Steph Curry?
Less than LeBron, but yes.
Steph, that's 17 years, amazingly enough.
Like, you haven't enjoyed these last 3+ years of Messi more than the 4 years you watched LeBron, right?
I would say it's comparable, though.
Really?
And I would say it's comparable, and the point is, in terms of American sports fans, there's still such a gulf there where we don't appreciate what we have. We meaning American sports fans. We don't appreciate what we have in Messi, whereas we do with somebody like Tom Brady or LeBron James because they're big national news. Lionel Messi is at his best on a big stage yesterday, and everybody's watching Red Zone instead.
How big a mistake, Mike, was the Apple TV thing when they are saying, and we've been talking about this for a while because it's been a bit appalling, the amount of greed that has to go into paying for all these things, which ultimately comes out of the pocket of the customer, making Inter Miami in Miami a really elite franchise, even though there are plenty of people who don't have money, who won't be gouged, who also love Lionel Messi, would like to be watching the games on Apple TV, but don't want to pay for Apple TV Plus, Extra Plus, and have to get soccer without their regular Apple. So one of the things Apple has done, which we know how much money Apple makes. They are one of the global corporate giants that run everything in the economy, and they can do whatever they want. How bad a mistake was it to have Lionel Messi telling this part of his story this gracefully and not have the attendant support around it so that it's accessible to people who can't get over the paywall to see the story told, to have the broadcasters frame the relevance of the event? How much did they price out? How big a mistake was it to price out some audience by not allowing any of this to be televised?
They don't even put out the numbers. They don't want you to see how bad this is. Can you imagine? Numbers so bad. Not releasing them? That should scare you and your family.
This is all I'm going to get from you today. You're going to continue to be furious.
You have to become undeniable. Because if you allow this to happen, you perpetuate a narrative. You're not doing anything about it. Then you're stuck with it. And so is your family. That's wrong. Have you seen these polls? While the narrative is around the committee, the pollsters are getting off easy.
Let's do
The
funniest
coaches
thing from the
are
sports
getting off
weekend,
easy.
please.
I've seen some of these pollsters. Did you know one of them is Israel Gutierrez?
Whoa.
Oh, don't do this.
We should get a hold of Israel. We should offer him more money.
Don't do this.
I'm suggesting we pay Israel. We continue to pay Israel And when
funniest thing from the
he even
sports
ranks us
weekend.
ahead of Notre Dame,
Let's
like
do
he
the
should.
funniest
We should
thing
give
from the
more money
sports
to
weekend.
Israel.
Funniest thing from the sports
Dan,
weekend,
first,
please.
we've obtained a photo. We've obtained the photo that we've wanted all morning of the Barbie room.
Oh, thank you. So you're going someplace else with the show than I
No,
was?
we can go to funniest thing, but I knew that as soon as we got this photo, you'd want to know.
You did know this, and there it is. So let's take a look at where it is. Greg Cody was watching Messi in the exercise room. There is a photo of Greg Cody in the corner there, not surprisingly. A photo of a dog, some family photos.
Looks just like Jumpin' Charlie, that dog.
It is. It is. I think we can say, do I have this wrong? Please tell me I have this wrong. This is an old person's view of a room a granddaughter should have.
My childhood bedroom right here.
Appears to be a dog dressed as a general.
It is.
This is concerning. And it's wrong. And woke. And gay.
Zaslow, Tony is not the best judgment, and I'm having a difficulty wrangling the show today. And Tony has suggested that he wants to do his top five earlier than he usually does. The thing that's been happening with his top fives is he does them Tuesday, Wednesday, last week, Thursday. Everything's been chewed up. Everything is no good because it's already been said. He's got no new thoughts on a Thursday, but now he's decided to do this from a Metro mover. He is using public transportation in Miami. I don't trust the Wi-Fi. He does. So let's see what we've got, Tony. He told me you're ready. We've got the video now. You're on public transportation. Yes. Let's do it. Tony's top five.
Dano, we are live here from the Metro
No
mover,
delay at all.
Going down right now. We are literally moving right now. And no, I was actually in delay because I didn't want the cop to come and stop me. So I think we're trying to hide from the cop real quick. So I only have five, okay? No OLI. We're going to go straight to it.
Why would a cop bother you?
Why does it sound like you feel like you're doing something illegal, like you're being watched? You think you have to have a license to do this?
He's just going to ask him for documentation.
Oh, he's
And look
coming.
at his
He's
skin.
coming. You see him right there? You saw him? He's right there.
Number five.
Okay. No, my issue is that number five. Yo, JJ McCarthy sucks.
Okay, you guys thought he put one good quarter together, and you guys think a quarterback's just come into the league who's been hidden by Jim Harbaugh for a national champion. What?
He's a sucker.
Let me remind the people really quick that Tony's Top 5 is presented by Smirnoff, the official vodka sponsor of the National Football League. Smirnoff, please drink responsibly. The Smirnoff Company, New York vodka, 40% alcohol by volume.
Tony, I love how you're doing this, where you're looking around. You seem like you're suspicious. You're giving off suspicion. Yes. So somebody's going to stop you. No, you've got to do this. You're probably doing something illegal. Number four.
Number four. Nice story, but the Bucs are cooked.
So that's it. So Carolina's going to win the division. So I said their season was done 5 weeks ago. So Carolina's going to win the division.
I've never seen Tony scared before.
Yeah, he looks a little scared. Well, because he's out in the wild. Look, there are ICE agents around.
Guys, we're moving fast, by the way. We're moving fast. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's more of like I need to make sure that I got a good base because this thing can stop and I can fly like 6 feet back that way.
Yes.
This thing is no joke.
Yes. Well, you should be holding on. Why don't you just hold on to a rail because you're too much of a man? Number three.
No, because I need my hands. Number three. Is Jahmyr Gibbs better than Barry Sanders? I'll let you guys think about and chew that for a second.
Okay, so what did he have? Like 260 scrimmage yards yesterday?
Yeah, he's really good. It feels like he might be better than Barry.
Yeah. Okay, very
Hold
good.
on, I gotta make sure. I gotta pretend like I'm not doing it, guys. Hold on.
That is so disrespectful what you just said. Look,
anyone else rooting for him to get kicked off?
No, what I'm rooting for is somebody to punish him for that take. Like that is terrible to say Jahmyr Gibbs is Barry Sanders. Like this shows you don't know anything about anything.
Lobos tried to acquire Gibbs in a trade.
Number two.
People must be so
Number
confused.
Two. They are very confused. Number two. We need a new wing of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, just named Gunslingers, in which Jameis Winston is first ballot. Gunslinger Hall of Fame wing.
I like it.
Gun-wingers.
Look, his open field stiff arm, how great was that play?
And a spin.
The Giants screwing around, throwing to Jameis Winston in the open field, covered.
He got a 50-50 ball, and then he stiff-armed and spun into the end zone. It might be the best play of the season. It was so cool. And then he did the dice celebration.
It was the greatest moment of yesterday. It was. Number one, Tony.
really quick on Jameis Winston. He's never going to make it anywhere near any sort of Hall of Fame. But, like, what he does on a day in and day out, week in and week out, game in and game out basis should be celebrated. Okay? We need to have some sort of celebration of Jameis Winston.
Not day in and
for his
day out.
on-field play.
No, just Sundays. Just
Oh,
Sundays.
you're not there in the locker room.
Maybe an
You're not
occasional
there
Thursday
in the
night.
locker room. You don't know what he's doing.
Well,
That guy's the
You don't know what
worst.
he's doing in
Yeah.
that locker room. Oh, shut up, George.
No.
Number 1.
You shut up. You take that back.
Pack it up. No, you shut up.
No,
My
no,
bad.
you
I
shut
I
up.
take that back. I take that part. I take that part back. I take the shut up back. I'm sorry.
No, you shut up.
Hold on. They're stopping the train, guys. Hold on. I got to make sure that. Hold on. Oh, the guy's right there.
Here comes
Hold
Ice.
up.
Police officer?
He's right behind me. Hold up.
Police
Hold up.
officer? Yeah, that's
Yeah, he's a police guy. Oh, they opened the doors
I think
again.
You have to have a
Oh,
license.
Oh, boy.
Okay, you got
for a second.
Number 1, Tony. You want
Turn
to
around.
whisper
Show him.
to
Show,
us?
show the police officer over my shoulder.
No, you want to whisper?
Yeah, number 1. Number 1.
Hold on. Oh,
Number
he's
1.
gonna get in trouble.
Pack it up. I've seen all there is to see. Give Matthew Stafford the MVP and close up shop. We're done. He's the MVP of the season. We're done. No more MVP talk. Stafford's the MVP. It's over. There's a dog on the train.
I
the
love
cops
this.
are looking for
I wanna
people
do it
with
here every
cameras. They
week.
just said it on
All right,
now.
all right. We'll do it next week as
No,
well.
I don't
We'll
wanna
see
do
if
it here every week.
Yes, we should. Yes, you. Yeah,
No.
like you, a little bit scared, a little bit less confident than usual. That's a good character. I want to do this more often.
You see him? You see
yeah, it's
him?
public transit. Yeah, you're scared. You're not. You're doing illegal things. This is not allowed. You have to have a
I
license.
could be arrested.
Yes, that's correct. All right. See you
This
later.
thing's also hauling ass, by the way.
Where are you
All right,
going?
later.
You look
I don't
somehow
know.
less brown than Mike. He doesn't know where he goes. He doesn't know where the public transit goes. He's going all over downtown Miami. Let's get to funniest thing from the sports weekend. I don't want to go to you, Mike. What do you want?
He
What do you
looks
want
so
to do?
stupid.
What are you doing?
What I want, it's an interesting way to frame things. What I want is the truth. What I want is head-to-head to matter. We're obsessing over the wrong things. Strength of schedule, strength of record. They talk about eye test. Miami passes the eye test. Miami is the hottest quarterback in the nation. They're playing their best football in November. Yet people don't want to talk about that. That's wrong. It's unjust. It should scare you. It's woke.
Let's do the funniest thing
And-
from the sports weekend, please.
Gay.
Again.
Hey, people, tell us what in the sport made you laugh hardest this weekend. In this segment we call What Made You Laugh This Weekend. Ha ha ha!
Jeremy?
Dan, I don't know if you were watching the Cleveland game, but Jerry Jeudy was running around with probably the most confidence I've ever seen, holding the ball away from his body in a way that makes you think, oh, this is going to be a fumble, isn't it? And then before you could get that thought out, here comes the punch, so far away from his body that it didn't even matter, Zaslow.
Look, stop tweeting at me, do I know about that landman? It's nonstop. It's nonstop tweets, do I know about that landman? And let me make something perfectly clear here. I don't have a problem with punching the football to create a fumble. I have a problem when you punch and you miss the football and punch a player. That, to me, doesn't seem like it should be a legal play. But all in all, stop asking me if I know about that landman. I know about that landman.
Got an extension, didn't he?
Yeah. That's my mentions were chaos this weekend because he got an extension.
Look, you're publicly anti-landman, or you're publicly anti-supporting the punching of landman when he runs around there just punching people and causing footballs to come flying out. It seems like a valuable resource to have in that sport.
Yeah, just all I'm saying is punching players during play shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, worse than a tush push.
Controversial take. How are we enjoying all the permutations of changed 60-yard plays off the tush push now, where Mark Andrews is rumbling through your open field, where the only big plays, that was 15 games the Browns had gone without a 50-yard pass. The only big giant plays you get in these games where Daniel Jones can't get the ball 20 yards downfield is tush push derivative. Is some sort of fakey play that allows you to run in the open field.
Yeah, terrible, fraudulent disgrace to the NFL. I am glad the Browns won, though, because I picked the Browns. We went 13-1
Wait a minute.
last weekend.
Wait a minute.
And
What you
we
just
also had
did-
Dallas
Did you see
as
what
an
he just
outright
did
upset.
there? Did you see
What?
Yeah, I asked you a question about a play, and you said disgrace to the league, and you just wanted to get how good you were on your picks.
Well, it was a poor question, and everybody's wondering what I meant, how I finished with my picks. Because after I lost the game Thursday night, although I did have Texans with the points, I went on a weekend-long heater, finished 13-1. The
Greg.
best weekly record in PFPI so far this season.
Greg,
by the way.
I asked you a question, a serious football
Right.
question. You did the lazy, it's a disgrace, it's an embarrassment, and then went straight to telling us how you went 13-1 on your picks this week, and it wasn't against the spread, just overall.
Yeah, still good.
13-1. Congratulations. You beat the Lions to beat the Giants.
Still good.
Congratulations.
Still
What was the one you lost?
There were Buffalo, Houston, although I did have Texans with the points. But when you call something an embarrassment and a disgrace, that's such strong language
But
that
you
there's
don't mean
no
it.
alliteration.
No, but you don't
no
mean
elaboration
it.
needed.
No, you didn't have any real feel.
No,
it's
the
an
tush-
embarrassment and a disgrace that there are 60 yards runs off of the permutation of the tush
Yes,
push.
yes.
It's an embarrassment and
Yes.
a disgrace.
Correct. Correct. The NFL should ban it all. They should ban it all, including the punch. You know, I mean, when Zaz is right, I agree with him. You know, Jay-Z had that one right. I agreed with him.
He called you Jay-Z.
It's whatever.
He calls you Jay-Z as if
Yeah.
you're chummy.
It's whatever.
You know.
Mike, what was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
Have you seen this? The AP poll came out, and pollsters are ranking Notre Dame ahead of Miami, citing that Notre Dame looks like a totally different team since they played and lost to Miami. Where I come from, that success should also be attributed to Miami. That's right. Notre Dame's success is Miami's success. It's a tiebreaker. And it's woke.
Don't do this again. What was
gay.
the funniest thing from the sports weekend, Chris?
LSU had senior night, and Brian Kelly, who was let go earlier this season, his son plays for LSU and was a senior, and he paid respect to his dad. We're going to play a video here.
And one of those seniors is Brian Kelly's son. This is Kenzel Kelly coming out pregame. Pay special attention to that T-shirt he's got underneath his jersey.
Go Tigers! Long live BK! Long, free my boy! Free my boy BK! You know who?
You ever call your dad your boy?
No, never did.
That's him. He had on his shirt. It said "Free my boy BK," and he was showing it, and it's just like everything awkward there.
I didn't understand how it is this weekend. The reports around this were that LSU goes to refire Brian Kelly.
Yeah, they finally fired him.
Based on his lawsuit because he's suing them because he doesn't think he's going to get all his money back. So this is his son doing a freedom march on behalf of his boy, his father. Who's
never been like "Free my boy Greg,"
who's owed $54 million.
Long live BK. He died?
Burger King? What does that mean?
Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly, Greg.
I know,
Have you
I'm
not?
kidding.
Okay.
It's just a joke. Because
Do you
most people, when they
think you could've made a
hear
good
BK,
one? A good one?
most people, when they hear BK, think of Burger King before they would think of Brian Kelly. Plus, does his son ever play? Or is he one of those?
Why did you give
works hard.
Jonathan Zaslow Jay-Z? Because most people wouldn't think Jay-Z when they look at Jonathan Zaslow.
I think that's a fitting nickname that I just bestowed upon him.
You think
You're
I could
welcome.
catch on?
Yeah, I do. Do you like it? Embrace it.
It's fine.
Okay. See? That's an
Haven't
embrace.
Giving it a ton of thought.
Okay.
The college football stories of the weekend that grabbed your attention. I don't know what it is that you made of the games from this weekend because the top 10 has asserted itself, as
Yes.
we mentioned during the local hour. Although I do think most people listening to this would say, I don't know if Oregon's good. I don't know who's good. I don't know if anyone is great. I know the SEC isn't as good as I thought they
Have
were.
you seen that?
Brian
Oregon-
Kelly's son had 0 tackles this season.
Yeah, he
Oregon's
looks like
best
a
win.
walk-in.
Yeah.
Oregon's
I had
best
the
win
same number.
is against who? USC? Who's USC beaten? That's not a good team. However, that's held up as Notre Dame's best win. This is wrong. It's bad. It's woke. And gay.
Did you say that Brian Kelly's son looked like a walk-in?
A walk-on is what I meant to
I believe
say.
you said
I
walk-in,
did-
like
I
a
did
walk-in
say-
closet.
I did say
Okay.
walk-in. I
Yeah.
did mean to say walk-on, but
Okay.
you got me. I was hoping to skip past that.
Thank you. I don't skip past
No,
anything.
no, you got me.
Okay.
Yes, you
Thank
got
you.
me cornered.
Made him a
I
closet.
did. I made him a closet instead of a walk-on.
Yes, you
I
did.
He's got 0 tackles. That's the biggest statement he's made in an LSU uniform is supporting his daddy for getting fired and wanting his buyout money,
Can I ask you something?
his inheritance.
Can I ask you something? Why has Notre Dame looked so much better since playing Texas A&M? Please answer my question.
Because they beat Syracuse 70-7, and UM played Syracuse and didn't beat Syracuse like that.
They destroyed them. Why does that matter?
They didn't play.
NC State played Notre Dame. Notre Dame was up 10-7 at half. NC State hadn't crossed the 50 when they played Miami at halftime.
You're going to do transitive property again?
The trans issue does matter. But I'm just asking you a blatant question. Why has Notre Dame looked so good since playing Texas A&M in Miami?
Can I do funniest thing from the
I'm asking
sports
you a
weekend,
question.
please? I know
You're trying to avoid
you've been
it.
asking.
This is concerning.
I have not been trying to avoid
You should be
your
confronted
question.
with the truth. You can't kick me out.
Minor
for
penalty,
just
2 minutes
asking.
for adding nothing.
This is communism.
I'm sorry
This
to
is
do
wrong.
this to you.
This is woke.
Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Don't. Out. Out.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for verbal diarrhea.
Don't do it. Hold on. Don't do it. Don't.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Fork came out of your mouth.
And gay.
That guy barely looks like himself at this point.
Dan, what's your funniest thing? Theo Vaughn walking out with Diego Pavia's mom?
That's evidently a real relationship.
Mike says it's, I don't know. I think they're doing a bit, but it's been a thing all year that he's been jokingly, the Vanderbilt quarterback, Diego Pavia, had senior night, and Theo Vaughn walking out with him was interesting.
Many of you were nominating Barry Jackson being hacked the way that Zaslow was hacked. I don't know what that backstory is. You'll have to inform me. But my funniest thing from the sports weekend was in the middle of that Jags-Arizona game, as the Jags are doing jaggy things in order to end the game. Arizona's driving down the field with Jacoby Brissett at the end of the game. There are no timeouts. They've got less than a minute left. They throw the ball to Michael Wilson. He catches the ball, gets up, spins the ball. They don't have timeouts. He's got to go retrieve the ball because there's a giant hurry, and they don't get 7 points because of how slow they were getting down the field and had to kick a field goal and then, of course, lose the game. And nobody will talk about that today. Like, lost the game spinning the ball and then had to go retrieve it in the end zone and kicked it when he just needed to get back into play so that they could spike the ball. What are you pointing to, Chris Cody?
I thought Zaslow wanted to give his funniest thing.
I do. I want to give mine.
Yeah, I mean, my funniest thing, I mean, it shouldn't be funny, but I guess I like not being the only one, is that Barry Jackson's Twitter account got hacked. Okay, like, there's something comforting to me that it's not just me. It seems like it's the same person who ended up hacking him because it's the same tweets.
Why is the funniest thing from the sports weekend someone being hacked? Why is that? Why are you enjoying
No, if you get hacked, you want other people to get hacked.
No, I just said, like, there's a comfort in me knowing that it wasn't just me. And I had to go 3 days. It was not fun. It was 3 days before I was able to get my account back. It was a whole mishagas in order to get control of my account back. But Friday night during my show on ESPN Radio, at the end of the show, live on the air, I recovered my account. That's right. I got it back. I am now master my domain once again. Barry Jackson, good luck.
That's not cool of you to enjoy Barry Jackson's misery there.
I'm not enjoying his misery. I'm enjoying that I'm not the only one.
It's one sucker to another.
No, this is...
I'm not a sucker.
When you get hacked, you want others to get hacked. It's the thing.
Is it?
Yeah. You don't want to be alone.
You just want others to get hacked?
It makes you feel better. It's like, okay, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, that's right. It could happen. If it happened to me, it could happen to you.
But what is it? The violation of... I don't understand what you're doing where you would wish this misery upon someone else.
I didn't wish it.
It's 2.5 days of inconvenience to you, and then it happens to someone else, and you're happy that it happened?
I didn't wish it. It just happened. It's not like I was saying, oh, my God, please, I hope that happens to Barry Jackson, too. And then it happened. No, that's not what happened at all. But it happened, and I'm like, oh, look at that. That's crazy. Happened to me, too.
Greg, what was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Barry Jackson because based on everything I've seen, that's a sweet new ride he's got thanks to that Bitcoin windfall. So good for you, Barry. The funniest thing from the sports weekend to me was that North Carolina loses on a last-minute field goal to make Bill Belichick officially bowl-in eligible. I love that. I just because of Jordan, I want ill on Bill Belichick this season.
Because of Jordan?
Yes, because of her dominating relationship and him allowing it to happen.
Wait a minute.
I want ill to befall Bill Belichick.
On like just this season. Not
Greg,
right, not in general. I wish him no ill health.
That's what you just said.
Greg, can't you disguise it slightly better than that? You're saying because of that creepy relationship, I want him to forever lose. That's what you're saying.
I wish ill of him this season. So when
but it could be about any thousand of things. That's the one. It could be about for any thousands of reasons. Bill Belichick was a jerk to everybody for many, many years. Why would that be your top reason?
Because when he's winning Super Bowls, he's got the veneer of genius to cover the jerkhood. When he's losing at North Carolina and under his auspices, they're bowl ineligible for the first time in like 8 years.
All right.
That's funny.
I'm going to have to muzzle you. You know what? She's trying to sue Pablo. She's threatening to sue
What's
Pablo.
up with that? Under what grounds, by the way?
I don't know. A defamation of some sort. She was showing her media credential because I guess Pablo reported that she was forbidden from coming on the field, and so she says she's going to sue him for I don't know, slander,
libel.
Good luck
libel,
proving that.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys say that as none of the people who have to pay the lawyers.
Frivolous lawsuit.
She doesn't have to pay the lawyers either.
Yeah, but I do.
I rule
I do. Yeah, because Pablo doesn't get in trouble on Pablo's behalf. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pablo gets on trouble on our behalf. That's right.
Your behalf, not mine.
No,
Got nothing to do with me.
We all own the company. It does have to do with us. I don't know why you guys separate yourself from the company. You have shares.
Well, during bad stuff, yeah.
You have shares.
During
in the
good stuff, we
company.
all win. During bad stuff.
So wait. So when you've got part equity in the program,
I got part equity in good side, right? Like there's good side and bad side. You have equity in both. I've got equity on good side. That's it. So.
Okay. Very good.
Some of us have no equity.
The voice is great. Jeremy's killing the voice, dude. I love it.
You are doing a good job. You should bring that on the broadcast tonight for the Heat.
Greg Cody suggested, and I didn't let him go to air with this because he's been a little bit unruly today. His judgment has been off. You suggested that they get an old Beatles photo. For what reason? Because I largely like to keep this as an audio experience, and I don't like to exclude the audio audience with an assortment of visual jokes, although Mike has been doing that plenty today. Can you explain what it is that what the photo is that you would like of the Beatles?
I think that a lot of people don't think that's really George Harrison, and so I would like us to show a photograph of the four Beatles during their heyday that includes George.
They don't think that's George Harrison? You don't think that they can tell that that's Jeremy?
No, I think it's George Harrison, the ghost of.
And so you believe that's a realistic recreation that Jeremy is doing of George Harrison.
Look at that hair.
Okay,
That's
so you
fantastic.
want them
at
to
the real
just,
picture now.
You want them to just pull up photos, a variety of Beatles photos to show how on brand and how well in disguise Jeremy is today?
I would love to see a Beatles photograph from the heyday that included our George.
Well, now you got it.
Okay. No, I don't.
You still don't have it? That's not the one you want?
No.
You want something better than that?
talking
You want
about
something with
He
the
wants a
Beatles.
Photoshop. He wants to Photoshop Jeremy into a picture of the Beatles, right, Greg?
With the four Beatles.
You didn't say that.
Well, put it back on the monitor there.
The Fab
Greg,
Four, they call
have you
them,
seen
not the
this?
Fab One.
Are you looking at this? It's right in front of your face.
Yes, right.
It's telling you who it is.
Well, that was George when he was younger. Now we have the older George.
You can't ignore your eyes. The eye test matters. Like something that we saw on August 31st. That should matter.
Can I ask you guys the question when I hear Nance and Romo and there's a flag thrown on the field and Nance says casually, the fans want, or a flag's not thrown, and Nance says casually, the fans want some laundry. And I absorbed it. I'm like, yes, that's what they say. And I'm like, why do they say that? Why would the flag be laundry? He said it casually, and I'm like, I don't think that expression is right. Why would that be laundry? But other people call it laundry. There's something dirty on the field. Is that why it's laundry?
I think it's just a Seinfeld reference where Seinfeld does the bit that we're rooting for laundry out there.
No, that's different. No, laundry is uniforms.
The material.
Seinfeld's bit is not the flag. It's that we're rooting for not players. We're rooting not for human beings. We're rooting for laundry, people who wear the colors that we like. Flag's not supposed to be laundry, is it?
Yeah, I think it is. And here's the derivation of that. The metamorphosis of the penalty flag, okay? We used to say, it's a penalty on the play. And then it became, it's a flag on the play. And then Al Michaels started saying, it's a marker. It's a marker on the play.
He does?
Yes, a marker. And now...
I've never heard that.
Now the slang is laundry.
No, that's not the slang. I
Yes,
was
it
objecting to it. That's not the slang. That was what he would...
You could look it up.
You could look it up.
Penalty, flag, marker, laundry.
That's the evolutionary
what
chart.
we're talking about.
Yes.
That's the evolutionary
It's
chart.
like when you see that picture of the Homo sapien who...
The evolutionary
yes,
chart. Yes,
right,
that's
yes,
what I said.
okay.
Did you hear that?
Penalty, flag, marker, laundry.
I don't think that's
Why isn't there
accurate.
a heterosapien?
I don't think that
Have you
is
asked yourself
accurate.
that question?
Don't do this again. Don't do this again.
I'm just asking a question.
How are you so orange? How are you so orange?
Ever heard of the sun?
How much have we spent on orange? You've
The Orange
infected.
Bowl
You've
is something that Miami
You've
should have an opportunity
infected
to play in.
today's show with your University of Miami biases. It's this. I can't do this for a month with you.
Quiet, Piggy.
Piggy. I can't do you University of Miami wailing for a month. They're a good football team.
Because you're carrying water for the opposition. Wow. It wasn't too long ago where we eliminated the computers because they devalued head-to-head. This matters. It's scary. It's real. It's coming to your home, and it will turn you gay.
Wow.
Greg, you like this photo?
That's what I'm talking about. That's proof.
That kind of thing,
Irrefutable.
right?
Yes, that kind of thing. It's irrefutable proof. Sergeant Pepper.
So obviously.
Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Yes, George.
Jeremy, I think this might be the best costume that we've done around here. How realistic this is and how fooled it has everybody into thinking you're a Beatle. You look exactly the way that a Beatle would. The Browns had
And Miami looks like a national champion.
The Browns had not had a starting
Have you seen
quarterback
this?
win a game in 17 straight tries. A first-time starting quarterback. Shador is the first-time starting quarterback for the Browns to win a game in 17 tries.
They should call him Shadour. He gets it done, that guy.
That's literally what they call him.
Doer, you're saying?
Shadour. Shadour -ER.
Like a doer.
Ooh, I don't
A
like that.
doer.
He gets it done. He's a doer.
Yes.
Just game.
Getting it done.
So D-O--ER instead of E-U-R.
Yes, correct. Shadour.
Play the 49ers next week. We'll see how that goes.
The 49ers, by the way, it seems like they did Ayuk dirty. Anyone want to talk about that? No? Just moving on? Just taking away his
Voided the contract. See ya.
No, guaranteed nothing. Nothing is guaranteed. What do you mean? Your body's breaking? Get out of here. We keep your money. Yeah, we're good with that? Okay, good.
Didn't like it when I saw it. I was like, ooh, fully voided.
Super dirty.
Been hurt
Super
all year.
dirty.
Have you seen this? It's not the only injustice there is in sports. There's one happening right under your noses. It's the holiday season, and it is the 50th anniversary of Miller Lite, which means a lot of my favorite memories start the same way. I bring out a cornucopia of beautiful white Miller Lite cans, and I spread that holiday cheer. Ah, Miller Lite, holiday season. You crack open a Miller Lite, you look around, you look at your friends, you look at your family. You take that first sip, and you know you made the right call. Miller Lite just fits. It's taste that you know you can depend on. Brewed for flavor with simple ingredients like malted barley, rich balanced toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. Almost festive in a way. And at 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, it lets you enjoy the season without weighing you down. The original light beer since 1975 and still hitting different 50 years later. The best holiday beers are the ones you don't expect. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. 'Tis Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories at 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Hello.
Greg Cody, your son's wondering if you can use a mic right when you speak, but you say no, that kind of thing. The same way that you don't have a new back in my day this week.
Hello.
What are you saying? You're plugging your new show of Greg Cody's Show with Greg Cody. When you were younger and a teen, Ethel Merman took the world by storm, just like the Hee-Haw 3. All of your sayings run through us like Jim Fix ran miles.
Hello.
Dolphins are alive. Diana said that you were right. So Dan says he's sorry for ever doubting your fight. So you can have the grin of a donkey eating briars.
It's a mule. It's a mule that's eating the briars.
Shout out Kirsten.
That is a
Very
singing
nice.
voice revelation.
Wow.
Not seen around here since Rose. I was moved by that song.
Wow.
Greg Cody was too, just from his narcissism of hearing
was.
his own voice.
Now, whose vocal was that?
Kirsten.
Really?
You don't know who anyone is around here.
I don't know
You
that
don't know who
voice.
anyone is around here.
When's the last time I heard her sing?
You don't know.
Never.
And we can tell you anyone is anyone, and you would not know. We can fool you.
Never schmever.
You don't know who anyone is around here.
I do. I know everyone.
He got mad the last time we did this. You got mad.
You want to play a quiz?
I don't take a quiz. No. No.
Why were you happy about the death of Jimmy Cliff?
Oh, I wasn't. I didn't hear about it until this morning.
Did you see this?
You're smiling right now.
He passed away.
I know.
When informed of the news, you smiled. This is wrong. And gay.
You've got to stop this. You have to stop this. You really do. I've run out of penalties to give you. I don't have any more penalties to give you.
Then acknowledge the truth.
No, I'm not going to acknowledge the truth. I'm going to.
Which is both teams played. It happened.
Billy's got a major penalty, 5 minutes for being Billy.
One team won.
Like clear that one out.
You don't fight for freedom. You fight for woke.
Why are you still talking? Why are you still at a microphone disrespecting our rules, our
I thought
culture?
I was penalized for Billy. He always kept talking. Why does he have a different set of rules? This is unfair. It's woke. And?
Minor penalty, 2 minutes for tripping the entire show. Minor penalty, 2 minutes for verbal diarrhea. Major penalty, 5 minutes, rooming comedy. Minor penalty, 2 minutes, peste tremenda, come mierda.
That's my favorite one, him speaking bad Spanish.
It's gay. Okay. You want to talk some Jimmy Cliff?
Why were you happy about that?
I was not happy. I was stunned to hear the news and perhaps inadvertently
Still smiling.
It's excited to talk about death.
I think that's something. It's like a phobia or something where you hear about death or something, and as a defense mechanism, you smile a little bit. Jimmy Cliff.
Claire Dunphy?
Nope.
Jimmy Cliff introduced me to reggae music. For a lot of people, it was Bob Marley. For me, it was Jimmy Cliff. That 1972 soundtrack, which I heard about a couple of years late
Can
from
we
a
give
friend of mine.
we should get the Back in My Day music if we're going to do this. If he's going to all of a sudden eulogize Jimmy Cliff when he was happy that Jimmy Cliff died.
No, I wasn't.
I don't even know that fool.
And God bless him.
That's
he
disrespectful.
He lived to be 81. Jimmy Cliff, he had a soundtrack to a movie called The Harder They Come. The harder they come, the harder they fall. And that was the first introduction I had to reggae music. Later, I went back and discovered his contemporaries like Marley, like Peter Tosh, Toots and the Maytals. But Jimmy Cliff to me was an underrated statue of reggae music, like just a pillar, somebody who's among the all-time greats. And I'm sorry to hear he passed away.
So you reacted by laughing or by appearing pleased?
I might have had an inadvertent smile on my face.
Toots and the Maytals are wonderful, or
Yeah.
were wonderful.
They sure were. Hibbert died just a couple of years ago.
This is a classic Back in My Day right here. Talking Toots and the Maytals.
I don't know any of these
Yes,
words.
No, but that's right. That's what Back in My Day should be, except written.
Yeah.
And crafted with care.
It's even better when it's spontaneous. Kids out there,
no, it isn't.
look up Jimmy Cliff.
No, it's not.
Look
you're
up
you're
Jimmy
gonna say
Cliff.
it's better. You think it's better spoken than written in your case when you can take care with the written word? The reason you don't do them anymore is because they're hard and you don't do hard things anymore.
Is that right?
Is that wrong?
No.
You've claimed to have done all of them. That's your reasoning.
I have done all the hard
That's
things.
asinine. That's asinine.
what he says.
You're basically saying you're out of thoughts. That you've run out of thoughts. That nothing else.
Incapable of new thought.
You cannot pine for. You have run it to the end of subject matter that
Right.
would allow you to pine for a different time.
He's recapped everything that happened in the past.
We do
That's
this
correct.
back and forth where I'll like text him or say an idea to him. Nah, I think I've done that.
I've done them all. I don't pine for anything anymore. Not even Pine Sol.
That one
Miami
right there is
Soul.
all the things you can pine for. Pine Sol, the smell of a disinfectant.
Dan, you trampled a great one. Say that one
Yes,
again, Greg.
yes,
Miami
yes.
what?
Miami Soul. SOL, baby.
Sorry, Tony. Thank you. Thank you for that correction.
Miami Soul,
WNBA.
though, was great.
Ruth Riley, am I right? Ruth Riley up in the house. Ruth Cody, Ruth Doogie, all the great Ruths. Isn't that a name from the Bible? I think it is.
Who, Doogie? No, I don't
No,
think
Ruth.
So. Oh, yeah, Ruth, yeah.
Yeah. What was Ruth's part in the Bible? Like what? What's the
Why?
significance
First of
Ruth?
all, I don't think there is a Ruth.
There is, Dan. Again, you're wrong, Dan.
Is there
You're
a
big
Ruth?
wrong.
There's
Yes.
a Ruth.
There's a Ruth in the Bible. Okay, I
She
stand.
wrote the book.
I stand,
She didn't write the book.
there's not a book of Ruth.
I think there is. Where my Bible people at?
I don't know why you keep talking that way.
Where my man at?
Why did you just say Ruth Riley in the house as if you were just naming a player of WNBA? You're in Miami because it's the only thing you know.
The Miami Soul, Ruth Riley is the only player I associate from those days.
But what did you say that way for?
What way? What do you mean?
I think you did in
What
the
are you getting at?
house, boy, or some form. You did something. I can't quote you.
You
directly.
said, where my Bible people at?
No,
You're right.
before that.
Yeah.
Before that.
We're right here. We hear you. You shouldn't be afraid.
She didn't write the book, but she was part of the book, obviously. Her
Thank
name
you.
being the book.
Mike Ryan, I
Ruth
am
in the
going to
Bible.
insist that you put down a modicum of that makeup and join me in conversation as we head into a football midweek extravaganza in which the entertainment is going to prepare you for Bad Bunny because all of a sudden football has gotten a little bit better at choosing its entertainment acts, and so anything that has Jack Black in Detroit is gonna. What
Jack
are you laughing
White.
about? Jack White. Yeah, Jack Black is totally different. Yeah, Jack Black is a totally different person. You're right. That's a totally different.
Anything that has Jack Black in Detroit, though, I'm in.
That's a totally
Tenacious D, Dano.
Way different show.
It's a totally different concert, though. Yes, Tenacious D would be wonderful, but not as good as Jack White.
My.
If they're all stuck together, it's one nacho.
They did in Madrid. They did Daddy Yankee as a. They are actually trying to expand across and through music and through. I'm going to say what Jay-Z intended in whatever it is that they're doing with their Super Bowl acts. They're going to break out a pregame show for Thanksgiving, right? Football's going to do it giant again.
They have a halftime show, executive produced by Marshall Mathers. And his first hiring was Jack White, who has been outspoken. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like politics with my music, which is why I think it should be Jason Aldean. Let me tell you why. In the Heartland, his voice matters. He doesn't tell you. He doesn't tell you what to think. He doesn't even ask you if you'd like to. Jason Aldean doesn't think. Not a single original thought has crossed through that man's mind.
Greg, do you know who Marshall Mathers is?
Leave it to Beaver.
That's Jerry Mathers.
Oh, yeah. No, of course I know who Marshall Mathers is. I've been a fan of Eminem almost as long as I've been a fan of Jimmy Cliff.
Proud of yourself you are.
You been a fan of the Beatles longer, Greg?
Yes, I have. I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan in February 1964. You remember that
you
show,
saw me all the
George?
way back then.
Yes.
You also said you saw the Wilt game.
Yeah.
So.
Go ahead and give him the back
There
of
is
my
video.
day music. So
Have you seen this?
There is
There
not
is video of the
There's
Wilt
not-
game.
there's
Thank
not-
you.
It came out
See?
last week. You want to pretend it didn't. We all saw it. Also, why did Chris Cody speak like Yoda? We heard it.
He was
Your ears
searching
aren't
for
lying.
Wilt Chamberlain. He couldn't find it.
It was something that happened.
I was searching.
And you choose to ignore it. It happened.
I had
in
a
front of
panic
you.
in my brain. You should have seen, like, if my Inside Out.
I felt
like,
it.
have you ever seen the movie Inside Out? There was like 2 seconds of panic.
Not.
What word's he looking for?
It wasn't just panic. It wasn't just panic. It
Can
was,
someone get me the word?
You try to fix it on the back end, which is what these pollsters are doing.
Chris, it's my favorite form of your panic, okay, where I look across your face and there's a blank slate, and it's like, you know, what you do register before you register the name Wilt Chamberlain is, oh, this is absolutely a name I should know.
I'm heckling myself because I just had it in my brain a second ago.
but
I'm
you're-
like, you went
but-
to air because you had the name.
No,
and something happened in this 10 seconds of talking where all of a sudden you don't remember the name.
I see
You
the-
idiot.
The fear that sweeps across his face when he recognizes, I'm about to forget Wilt Chamberlain's name if someone doesn't alert
I was like,
me.
I was trying to make fun of him too. I'm like, this guy tried to, what was the thing?
Yes.
You watched the game, Wilt.
I saw both. I saw Wilt and the Beatles.
Almost as much panic when Zaz just stared at me earlier in the show.
I got confused by George.
I got confused by Jack Black performing with Eminem in a different political, although I suspect Jack Black's politics probably run similar to Jack White's.
He said that thing and apologized for it, which is what you should do when you get something wrong. Now, there's an injustice, and it's happening right in front of your eyes. Two teams played a football game, but the winner doesn't matter because the radical left is telling you the loser is better. It's woke.
Stop with
it's
the
wrong. It's
don't
bad.
do this again.
It can kill you
The
and your
cadence,
family.
You're not fixing
and on
this
top of
with
that,
the cadence.
it is
Stop
gay.
It, stop it.
It's
Greg,
gay.
Greg,
It's
what are you
super,
doing?
super
Why are you
duper
putting your
duper-
foot? Stop. Get out of here.
Don't hit the thing again.
Get out of here.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes, murdering the show with their bare hands in a dismemberment kit in cold blood.
Two-time recipient today. Why is your foot up on the desk? Is
My
your-
surgically repaired right knee was aching me, and I thought it would help if I stretched it out and
A little
raised it.
elevation.
Yeah, but that's okay. You know, I don't have to.
But I was just wondering why it is you jostled the microphone
gay.
and everything.
Oh my God. It's gay.
His trick knee?
Courage to say it. That's what they want.
You can't.
Everything
You
gay.
can't stay in here and keep behaving this way. And you've got to respect. You've got to respect some of the rules around here. You can't just make your own rules. Greg, are you okay? We haven't checked in on the status of your trick knee. You seem to have been walking very well since your initial limping.
Right.
No more cane?
I doubt you're doing any of the rehab. My guess is you stubbornly just go right back
Yep.
to living your life the way you were living it before.
Nailed it.
I've done 3 rehab sessions thus far.
Skipped the last one.
I had a 4th one scheduled that I did postpone, but plan to get right back on it.
Okay, but you're probably supposed to do more than 3. Like you probably they're
Yeah, I've
probably
got another month plus.
You like it? He
I don't
keeps
mind it.
complaining about. He's like, I get tired. It's
I
like, yeah,
do.
that's called working out.
The rehab's beating my ass.
I don't believe that he's used that bicycle in the Barbie room in the last any time recently, except for content. I believe
been
that
used.
I believe he's the only time he's used it is if he's filming something to be funny on the one thing that he's got in the office that he could use.
I mean, they're
He likes the
peddling-
bit of promoting his podcast by me walking in and like, oh, you interrupted me. I was just.
Yes, I want you guys to look at that room. Put that room back up, and I want you to see where this right here is a legendary journalistic titan in this market. He has seen soccer grow over 50 years. For him to be relegated to the Barbie room as a journalistic icon with that exercise bike that should be hanging laundry on it because it's got cobwebs. He does not use it. Anything he says to the otherwise is not true. For you to be, was it on that couch that you were sitting? The sad couch?
Actually, I was so enthralled by the game, I was standing to watch, honestly.
On your trick knee, on your unrehabilitated trick knee.
I can stand okay.
My childhood bedroom.
When I'm sitting for a long time, it's when it
If
becomes
those walls could talk.
That is Chris's old childhood bedroom.
Baby.
I would say that I remember that as a small room, but only because there was a bunk bed in there. You were babying on a bunk bed? You were babying on a bunk bed?
No, I had a real bed in there. I was there through high school, Dano.
Okay, they moved the bunk bed out of there?
I forgot about that bunk bed. Thank you for the memories. Da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, bump, bump, bump. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Anyway, Mario doesn't look very happy there. He agrees with Mike. Being cheated out of that lucrative 12th spot. They really needed Utah to lose. That would have helped. Wouldn't have been enough, but it would have been a big help. Now they're just relegated to the pipe dream about maybe still making the ACC title game. They need 4 or 5 cards to all fall in unison in the same direction like dominoes. Very doubtful that it'll happen.
Why did you begin singing the song Memories like a showgirl? Is it because you're intoxicated by them making Hello into a song that makes you think that now you can be an old vaudevillian singing crooning act that just sings his occasional thoughts?
Yes, it's because I'm intoxicated in general, not by what they said. But seriously, it was very emotional to hear that song. I've always been a big fan of Adele's. I really have. And the fact that she would do a tribute song to me, interspersing my comedic saying. Yeah, I mean, it's just special. Really special.
British superstars, we stick together.
Thank you, George. Georgie.
It's not George. It's Jeremy. It's not George.
George Harrison, man.
That's right, Dan.
Did you guys have any Norm Powell conversation that you wanted to get off the ground between, because I don't, look, I'm going to try and explain this, but this is an unusual situation that Miami finds itself in where they have 2 known all-stars. And what we've been saying for a while is those 2 known all-stars need a player here who's better than them. Jimmy Butler was that player. They fell into line behind that player. Norman Powell was an almost all-star on a Clippers team that has totally fallen apart without him. Kawhi and James Harden, they needed what it is that he was offering because he's the modern day's perfect player. Will play defense for you, will shoot threes crazy, and can go 30 a night. Like, it has done it 3 times because of how they're playing, because of how they built the thing around him. So I'd be curious between 2 homers how to assess. As Tyler Herro, they're all returning all-star. I shouldn't say they're only all-star. Bam's an all-star. Their all-star is returning when it's now Norm Powell's team. Like, if they're going to play this way and he's going to be the 30-point-a-game guy, I'm good with it being his team.
I mean, I'm good with it too, but the thing that I would add there is the way this team plays, it's not in the type of style where it's so-and-so's team. Like, it's such a free-flowing, fast-paced offense. It's not give it to this guy, let him go one-on-one, he's the number 1 option. I think Herro's going to fit in so perfectly. And to push back a little bit on the whole, the team plays better without him in past years. Okay, but this team plays a completely different style than those teams of past years. A style that I believe is going to suit Tyler Herro perfectly.
And if he's bought in like you said he is, then the offense is going to go great. It just feels weird to say it's Norm Powell's team when he came over and he's the new guy in town. Again, has had a better 15-game start than anybody in Heat history. But it's like, how long can this guy continue to do that? Was he projected as a guy who's going to score 30 points a game in the NBA? Like, I don't think so.
I don't think it has to be anybody's team. There's no LeBron James on this team. But I will say that I lost my train of thought.
You know what? Greg's absolutely right. Greg, I know what you were trying to say. We're talking about how can Tyler Herro fit into this team, and what we've seen is any given night, anyone can score 30. So why not take a guy we know can score 30 every single night, in Tyler Herro?
Jeremy, if I may, I don't know if you're seeing this, but you once suffered a grave injustice. And Dan once caped up for your cause. Wow. Remember what happened with UCF.
2017.
That's right. UCF was once an aggrieved party. And Dan Le Batard, he took to the microphone and he started speaking truths. And now he should absolutely do that. Because UCF
it's so true.
is
Like
Miami.
UCF really is an aggrieved party in this entire thing. Like what everyone doesn't seem to understand is that UCF was undefeated. Miami is no different than they were before, knowing that UCF being in this position and Miami being in this position, the one that they're in, is no different. And it's the great free state of Florida that has been aggrieved today. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Jeremy. It is true that there's no difference between that UCF and this Miami, other than this Miami lost twice to unranked teams. But the point I wanted to make about the previous conversation of Norman Powell is that Norman Powell was
I told
a
you guys
great...
that's what was going to
Dad,
happen.
describe the last minute of the show.
I told you that's what was going to happen.
What?
Describe the last minute, Dad.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Recap what happened, Greg.
I told Mike in the garage that this is what was going to happen.
That was crazy. It's not even believable that happened.
Greg.
What?
What? Did you notice anything in the last minute?
Yeah?
What
about it? I see it. What am I looking at?
Who's that?
That's George Harrison. You're Jeremy. What's the big deal?
Wow.
I guess he's...
Am I wrong?
I guess he's right.
You explain it then.
I thought
Big shot?
Maybe it isn't a big deal. Okay.
All
right.
George
We got
Harrison.
really excited about it, but all right.
I saw the photo of the four Beatles.
Okay.
It was that guy.
Okay,
And
but
you
you
know
kept
it.
calling him Jeremy throughout the show.
Well, I wasn't. I was calling him George.
Huh.
He is right about that.
So
he
you
didn't
knew
call
the
him Jeremy
whole time?
once.
No.
Playing defense
You
against
didn't.
us right
No.
now.
So you didn't know.
I thought it was George. Still do.
I don't. Are you seeing this?
What's...
I don't.
Look.
I came in on my day off.
What's happening right now should scare you. I mean, because of dementia.
I don't know what you guys are staring at.
Okay. Well,
who have you been
guess we
doing
should go now.
the show with all show? Who have you been doing the show with? We're in our 4th hour. Who have you been talking to all show in that right corner?
George Harrison.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
But who
How
was...
many times you want to ask me then?
Greg, George Harrison was stabbed to death in 1999.
That's fake news.
Who did you...
I've been told he died of cancer. That news article I read earlier was wrong. Don't trust Wikipedia.
Who do you think
That's
that...
a problem.
Who do you
Finally.
think that is? You've been talking to Jeremy for 3 hours without
I haven't.
realizing that it's not Jeremy.
Right. I knew it was not Jeremy.
My God. You're going to do this?
Nobody in the audience knew it wasn't Jeremy. Nobody in the audience knew it wasn't Jeremy. This was a joke exclusively meant to fool you, and now you're pretending that you're the only one who knew.
Now, at the big payoff moment.
You're the only one who knew that was Jeremy's brother, not Jeremy. You're the only one who knew that.
And you chose not to say anything.
For 3 hours.
No, I thought it was George Harrison. You guys don't get that.
Just won't give up. You're playing defense right now. Great defense you're playing.
This should scare you. I know it scares me.
Go on.
A third one.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Murdering the show with their bare hands in a dismemberment kit in cold blood.
So that whole thing was an elaborate joke just to fool me.
There we go.
Greg, you have to leave now.
And the
room.
audience,
Yes.
which at
It
least we got
it
them.
somehow fooled the audience, but not you.
Right, well.
So everyone on the internet watching this, no one knew for 3 hours that wasn't Jeremy, except for you. You're
Right.
the only one who knew. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That you would be that clear-eyed
Right.
about that not being Jeremy. But
We're
you're
not asking for much.
All we want you to say is look over and be like, holy.
No, he didn't give us
Like,
even that.
Jesus, like you just are. Ugh.
Have you seen this? It's 2 guys. I thought it was 1. That's crazy.
Is this how
It
you would
should
react?
scare you.
Like, if you found out your wife was cheating on you, you just like walk and be like, huh, I knew that.
So it's a Jeremy impersonator. It's a big deal.
It's not a Jeremy impersonator.
You're right, Greg. Super normal thing that happens on the show all the time.
Thank you.
I'm leaving this one confused. honestly. Like, I don't know why we do anything. All of this it's stupid. It's
at
wrong.
At least my dad gave us this payoff.
Don't do this.
It's woke.
Don't do this. I'm going to end the segment. End the segment. End the segment. End it.
No, I'm not going to do it.
And it's gay.
Oh, George.
Wow.
Something in the way he moves says he might be Jeremy's brother, but that'd be a weird thing to fool me. I don't wanna ask them now, they never believe me anyhow. Is that a wig or did his hair grow? I don't know, I don't know. Is that mustache fake for the show? I don't know, I don't know.
Zaslow remains stunned that Greg Cody had no reaction to anything there. Chris and his fury has been a source of entertainment throughout the break, where Tony and Jeremy are roaring with laughter at their dad, at Chris's dad being Maximum, his dad, pretending to be unsurprised by something that fooled the entirety of the audience.
And then we explained it to him afterwards, just like, yeah, oh, then I thought you just got someone to dress up. It's like, just give me a reaction, give me something.
Chris gonna have a
You're
stroke.
just still just like sitting there like you're still acting like I don't understand.
Or
What
the
was
initial explanation. I thought it was George Harrison.
Yeah, like what?
Okay, so it's someone who looks like Jeremy that we were supposed to think was Jeremy. I get it.
We all knew it wasn't.
Did you think it was Jeremy?
Did you, at any point where you're like, that's not Jeremy?
No, I thought it was, sure.
Okay.
That's a reaction.
So when Jeremy emerges,
What?
when Jeremy emerges, you'd think there'd
Then I
be
knew
like
it wasn't.
Yeah, but you didn't think like, wow, you got me. Was like a good reaction.
Let's
You're
get
just-
Juju's thoughts on this. I believe
Why do we
that,
do anything
that
around
he
these-
sides with Greg Cody as he always does. Juju, what are your thoughts here?
I thought it was a wonderful transition, man. Like when I first saw it, I was like, huh. And then I looked at the audience and they didn't understand. They didn't react at all. Like for the first couple times y'all showed them, it was about time 20. Then they was like, wait a second. That's not Jeremy. And it was just one brother. So salute to the audience.
But we're wrong for being mad at Greg Cody for taking his personal
Yes.
pride and getting in the way of tripping the show's joke, ability to do the joke.
Right. Know your teammate, brother.
That's true.
You don't pass Nick Young the ball and don't expect him to chuck one.
There you go.
Come on. We know my brother.
I really
Right.
thought
Me
we
and
had-
Nick Young like that.
I thought we had every angle covered. I guess quality losses matter. This is just dumb.
Swaggy P.
What are we even
Am I the only one who finds it a little bit unsettling? Two Jeremys right there.
I don't think that we've gotten to enough NFL football today, so let's do top 5 shoulda couldas from NFL Sunday with Juju Gotti, and we'll do some stat of the day, some MVP of the day, and some listener comments as well. Let's start with your top 5 shoulda couldas from NFL Sunday. What do you got? Any OLI?
OLI, I'm not even going to touch my Bills. They didn't happen on Sunday, so I'm not going to go there. Fire Joe Brady. Number 5, and remember, these plays, if they wouldn't have happened, they would have won this game. Number 5, although you said, Dan, Michael Wilson spinning that ball took some time, it didn't take too much time off. They still ran that clock down. But if the Cardinals kicker had made a 33-yard field goal in that game, they would have won.
The Jags. Jags are such losers.
Trevor Lawrence sucks. I'm sorry. I can't not say it anymore. He sucks.
Oh, okay, that's a little strong and
right.
Doesn't have a lot of nuance in it.
Not needed.
Right. And they almost lost the game on that Tim Patrick blunder. He didn't even turn around for the ball, but they recovered.
Whose fault
Number
was
4.
that? Whose fault was that? Was that? I don't assume that it's the receiver's fault when Trevor Lawrence airmails one.
I assume it is, bro. Let's cut my boy some slack.
Number 4.
Number 4. The Giants should have kicked the field goal.
Thank you. Thank you.
Never would have saw overtime.
Yes.
Never would even sniffed it.
Yes.
Number
There's
three.
a reaction.
Right. Number 3, Xavier Gibson of the Eagles. Let the punt drop on the one. Don't try to field it.
That was crazy.
That was an incredible play by number 38, Elijah Clark, who got pushed 3 times, got up, and did what, Zaz? Put a hat on the ball. That's what you're supposed to do on the punt return team, buddy. You like the hat on the ball?
I'm okay with that.
You know what happened this week, right?
I know there's lots of punch-outs. I know.
But you know who got an extension?
Yeah, I know about that Lamb Man, all right?
Just making sure you know about that Lamb Man.
But that was an exercise in courage, what Elijah Clark did on that play. On that play for Dallas.
Then he got pushed 15 yards.
And Greg Cody was unsurprised by it.
Correct. Takes a lot to surprise me, Dan. Been around.
Clearly.
Been around the block.
Number 2, it was 4th and 4. The Colts got to go for that in the 4th quarter. Or are you just going to punt the ball to Patrick Mahomes?
Played so scared. Just backpedaling the entire 4th quarter.
Right.
Just backpedaling.
They weren't even on their side of the field. They could have went for that.
Mahomes
Mahomes
didn't even get him on every drive. He went out on one drive and had to punt, but they just kept backpedaling. Like, they were so scared of that team.
I don't think the Colts had one first down from the 4th quarter into overtime, did they?
Look, when I tell you, when the 4th quarter started, down 20-9, it's the biggest comeback of Mahomes' career. You're surprised by that. It doesn't sound like
that
very
can't
much.
Be right, though,
that,
Dan.
I know it
sure
doesn't
can.
sound.
How often are they trailing by double figures?
It doesn't sound right.
They were down 21-0 against the Texans in 2020.
Non-playoffs, yes. That was the first time that they did it, but down in the 4th quarter, down 11 in the 4th quarter. They made their way back in the 1st quarter the first time. That drive didn't even have him scoring every time. All it was a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal to tie. Correct? Like, it wasn't even 2 touchdowns, but it was 300 yards to 18. The Colts themselves in the 4th quarter. They've got the MVP. You're arguing all season about who's the MVP in their backfield, and they both did nothing in the 4th quarter against the champion when you could have ended their season. I mean, that's it. And then Stafford's better than all of them.
Close up shop, it's over.
Number 1, the Minnesota Vikings should have built a time machine, went back and kept Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones because PU.
It's rough.
Sucks.
It feels like their process was right, the Vikings, but
hold on, what's the process?
The process was we're going to take him because he said he'd run through a wall.
Because Harbaugh hit him for 3 years.
They drafted a quarterback top 10. I believe he was number 10 overall, right? They drafted a quarterback top 10, and they clearly believe in that guy, and they wanted to stick with what their, scouts told them instead of giving Sam Darnold, who had one good year in his career, an incredible amount of money. Like, the process was right, and it's turning out to be franchise-altering wrong.
Now you waste a very good roster with a quarterback who's not good, with one of the best receivers in the league, one of the best defenses in the league.
Wait a minute. We're doing some revisionist history.
It is.
Wait a minute. 5 J.J. McCarthy starts ago, you guys all told me Kevin O'Connell can do that with quarterbacks. Every one of you was telling me that Kevin O'Connell can just do that. That's the amazing gift he has. He can do it with Daniel Jones. He could do it with Sam Darnold, and he can't do it with this guy. That was 5 starts. That guy had a 4th quarter, and all of you were telling me that Kevin O'Connell knows how to make quarterback.
He's essentially he's a rookie. I mean, right?
Week 1 matters. Week 1 matters. What we see in Week 1 should
Monday
not be
Night
forgotten.
Football Week 1.
You
Mike.
guys all told me he was
about it.
Kyle Shanahan based on 1 4th quarter he had on Monday Night Football. What I mean,
he's been hurt.
He's not. He can't play.
Okay, fine. You're right. What do you want?
He's been hurt.
What do you want? I mean, Kevin O'Connell deserved that kind of patience, right? He's still young. So we were wrong. Yeah. I mean, let it go. You were right about something. Congrats.
Speaking of patience, my patience was kind of tried today, and one of my teammates hit me up and wanted me to speak up. You feel me? I'm totally not with this. Salute to Kirsten. You feel me? Great singing. But another one of our teammates texted me and said they felt very uncomfortable today, and I hate to bring it up here, but I have to. The couch in the back, bro, he didn't necessarily consent to those, you know what I'm saying, that was happening to it back there. I think I want to report that to HR.
Why? Greg didn't even know anything was happening at the time. He thought it was totally normal that I was just a couch.
I'm sure that went over his head too. Why do we do anything?
I saw Mike with his pants down.
Can you give me the stat of the day music, please,
Just
Chris
annoyed with
Cody?
my
Can you
dad.
find me the stat of the day music, please? You're still annoyed with him? This music will make you happier, won't it?
Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day.
Yeah, this is a stat segment.
Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. This is start of the day.
Brothers, George Pickens right now individually has 1,044 receiving yards on the season to date. The entire Pittsburgh wide receiver corps only has 1,009 yards. 3rd round pick and a 6th round pick. Back to you.
Yeah. I ask you something. If DK Metcalf didn't look like he's chiseled out of stone, would we think he's that good?
We've had this conversation earlier. I think it was before you were here, Zaz. Like, he's not that good. Like, he was never their number one. He just was number one in stature. Tyler Lockett was their number one.
One of the things that happened yesterday, I mean, yes, also fast for his size, but Smith and Jigba is having a better season already than any Seattle receiver ever. Like, through 11 games, he's already having a better statistical season. We're going to continue with the post-game show with Juju. We've got more things to get to after this.
MVP of the day.
This is a Zaslow and Juju exclusive. I should tell you all to check out Alley Oop. I will tell you again and again that Juju and Trista have an unusual chemistry, different from any other that you will find at Meadowlark, Alley Oop, wherever it is you get your podcasts, and its own YouTube channel. What do you have, Zaslow, for MVP of the day nominees?
Glad you asked, Dan. I don't know if you know about that Norman Powell.
Different segment. I do.
But if we're going to have a conversation about MVP, we better be mentioning Norman Powell.
That's crazy.
32 points last night, 11 of 18 overall, and most importantly, a much improved Miami Heat team. They're 11-6. If your team sucks and then you add a really good player and your team's really good, I don't know what your definition of most valuable is.
Seems like value.
But that seems pretty valuable to me. So if we're going to talk about MVP, we better have a conversation about Norman Powell.
I'm going to say it again through 15 games. Only one other player, 46% from 2, 46% from 3, and 24 points a game. It's Giannis, and it's only because he doesn't shoot threes. Like, he's not actually shooting the threes at the rate that Powell is shooting them.
Sounds like you're backing up my case.
Yeah, that add to that, guys. Players averaging 25 points per game or more.
MVP of the day.
On 65% or greater true shooting percentage thus far this season. Jokic, Giannis, SGA, Curry, Harden, Norman Powell.
I didn't see Jimmy Butler.
Juju, are you endorsing this nonsense?
I always endorse my brother Zaslow, whatever he has to say. I disagree with him because I've already called it. The Joker is your 25-26 MVP. But you can't deny what Norman Powell is up to, bruh. Because like last year when Josh Allen won the MVP, I know Lamar had a spectacular season, but take this man away and that team will be downhill. Right. So I get you, bro.
That's right.
Luka, Nutmeg, Kevin Love. Listener comment of the day, anything worthy of grabbing from the YouTube chat? I should tell people, by the way, the last 2 seasons that Chip Kelly was calling plays, offensive coordinator for the Raiders this year, 49ers in 2016, a 4-23 record with 17 points a game.
Guy sucks.
17 points a game. That's the highest paid offensive coordinator in the
What
league.
did he do at UCLA, too?
That's according to Josh Dubow. That is not my stat. Juju, listener of the day.
Yes, sir. I'm going to Ben Gardner. Salute to my brother Ben Gardner, who had this to say. Dan's prediction that Bill Belichick was going to conquer college football is proving to be my personal favorite. Dan was loud, wrong prediction.
Yeah, that hasn't gone so well for me. I don't love your giggling laughter there. Don't love it.
Can't get over my dad's
Look,
reaction.
Dan was wrong. Dan was wrong. Hoodies right now available on LeBatardAF.com.
Speaking of hoodies, you guys will believe this and won't believe this. Zaslow went to Madison, Wisconsin, and did a morning show outdoors wearing just University of Miami gear. Like he was just wearing a sweatshirt.
I just had a hooded sweatshirt.
20 degrees. Oof. 20 degrees Madison morning. He's dressed like you would dress for spring break.
What would make you believe that I have that type of clothing?
Do you have money?
You're an adult?
Yeah, but I don't have.
You have a car?
I don't have a car. Yeah, I have a car.
Okay, can you drive to a store? You got a driver's license?
I don't know how cold it's going to be the places I go. I show up and I deal with it.
So you got a car.
He doesn't have any winter clothes.
You got money. You could drive to the store. How about you go get yourself a coat, sucker?
All right, well, I don't know how cold it's going to be the places I go. I show up and hopefully I'm dressed appropriately. All I had was a hooded sweatshirt. I was very cold.
Juju, can I tickle you on the way out here just by playing to you a in-game interview with Andrew Luck that will go exactly as you imagine an in-game interview would go with somebody who loves Stanford this much?
Yes, sir.
Stanford's general manager and Andrew Luck. We were talking a little bit about how important this rivalry is for you, being able to be a part of it. How meaningful is it?
It's huge. It's great to be as a player and now be as a GM and watch these guys. I'm going to watch here for a second. Oh, ball! Go, Jay! Go! Go, Jay! Go!
Fumble return for a touchdown mid-interview. Go, Jay!
Andrew Luck was riding a bicycle next to him the last 40-yard line, last 40 yards, a bicycle with two wheels in the back. Thank you, Juju. Appreciate the time, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Good stuff, Juju.
Can't believe Greg.